Champy's Chicken. So wedding receptions or an office meeting, they'll cater for you as well. Champy'sChicken.com, Highway 119. Say hi to Sterling today. Baseball, 3-year media rights deal signed, and NBC is the main network now. ESPN is still part of it, and so too is Netflix, but NBC is getting Sunday Night Baseball. They're going to put the big game of the week every Sunday night now on NBC instead of ESPN.
Yeah, I remember when NBC, Joe Garaggioli and Vince Scully, when they would do, was it a Friday night game or a Saturday morning game? But it was back before we could consume all these other teams outside of the Braves and the Mets, at least where I was. And I just thought it was always cool that NBC had that game. But
Game of the week used to be on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And that was, I thought Vince Scully just did the best game in the country, and later on I found out that he was actually the Dodgers announcer. I was like, I did not know that. I thought Vin had the best. Well, I mean, being the Dodgers announcer was a great job, but I thought he just went around and did whatever the best baseball game.
And there has been prime time network games in the past on a regular basis. They actually used to do Monday Night Baseball. Monday Night Football was so successful, they used to do Monday Night Baseball. Keith Jackson, even Howard Cosell was part of the broadcast at different times. But NBC is now Sunday Night Baseball, made popular by ESPN. So the biggest game of the week, like their NFL package, will continue with that programming through baseball season now.
It's interesting. I'll be but you said ESPN's keeping some games too as part of it. Good. Yep. It's good for Buster. I was, And
Netflix will actually broadcast the Home Run Derby now.
Really?
I think they did that this year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I can't remember, but
yeah.
Remember ESPN was about to be out of the baseball broadcast business, 3-year deal. They're back in. I don't know if Fox is keeping it or not. I couldn't tell from the story if Fox is keeping it or if it's all moving to NBC.
So it would sound like the World Series now on NBC. Is what
sounds like it to me right now. All right, that's it for the show today. We're back with you tomorrow. A new Bama and Bourbon is out as Lance and Aaron Suttles talk a little Alabama sports and bourbon, a great mixture of the two with Bama and Bourbon. All that available on our platform here. Don't forget The Last Call with Mick Gillespie, one of a kind, and the great Jake Coker. Fun talking to him last Friday on our live remote. You can get a couple of those episodes every week, The Last Call. And don't forget, Mick rolls with the postgame show right after every Alabama football home game right here on this same platform you're watching us right now. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
1 week from today, we do our final regular season road show down at Auburn. Thanks to our friends at Bud Light and Adams Beverage. We'll be on the road down at Moe's Barbecue in Auburn. Our show will time shift to 11 to 2. But we've got a home game today. Next Friday will be Black Friday before the Iron Bowl. So around the board, LTD&B, the guys, Brooks and Tyler and Forrester behind the glass. Christmas decorations up, tree up yet? Forrester, you first.
They are not, surprisingly.
Not up yet. Brooks.
Tree is up, no decorations on it yet.
Tree is up, no decoration. Tyler, single dude.
I live alone, so I don't have Christmas decorations.
That's sad,
That's the
Tyler.
saddest thing ever.
How is it sad?
Well, because Christmas decorations are fun.
At least get you a little Charlie Brown tree.
Can we buy you some? Will you put them up if we buy you some?
We probably have extra. Yeah.
Can we start a GoFundMe and everybody wants to send you money?
Go fund Tyler's Christmas.
For decorations?
The GoFundMe works, but I'm not going to buy a Christmas
You
tree.
have to use it for decorations. Don't scam the system.
Brownie.
Lights. I'm going to see if I've got a decent photo. I can send it. It's got lights in the trees.
It's simple. It's like Congress. It's like these congressional things that are just a simple yes or no question.
They didn't go yes or no.
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
Lights in the trees. Lights in the trees. No, nothing inside yet.
Did you hang those lights?
What do you think?
No. So you had to get early on the people that you pay to hang your lights.
That's right. We were on the front end of the schedule.
Wow. So
I am
Maddie
negative.
got things up yet?
No, negative right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Notice how I went straight Maddie that I knew it would be him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think everybody on this table, it's going to be the female in our relationship that's putting the lights
it's
out.
one of the people are missing the boat. I remember back jocks probably 20 years ago. I had a client for a couple of years that would bring the tree out and they would decorate the tree, and I don't know who does that now.
Oh, it's all over the place.
No, I know people that will
think
decorate the house. I don't know about the tree.
Yeah, somebody had our trees in the yard, but I think like really big houses, people that got where money is no issue. Yeah.
I see little posts all the time popping up on, hey, this is out. This you can get this done. You can get this done. We never do it until the day after Thanksgiving or the Thanksgiving weekend after Thanksgiving until this year. And earlier this week is actually last Sunday. Maggie and my daughter Harper threw up the tree and it's up. Refused to turn it on though, they say, until after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So it's hanging. It's there.
It's there
in darkness. It's like it's the rock. I assume they put the that little small Rockefeller tree up early and decorated, and then they have the lighting ceremony. It's just sitting there. We're not skating around it like they do in New York. It's just sitting there, and they don't want to turn it on. Yeah. And I almost turned it on. I walked over towards it, and they were like, no, not until after Thanksgiving. And I was like, well, why did you put it up already?
Yeah, is it more time efficiency? Like we're not going to have time to do it really, so we're going to go and put it up?
I don't know. I think that, my daughter doesn't live with us anymore. They were in a mood last Sunday. I can't remember what the weather was.
Good or bad?
And they were in a good mood.
Oh, good mood. Okay.
And so they bought. My wife loves the eggnog, and the Reese's Bells were out, so they were eggnogging and the Reese's Bells eating, and so I was like, okay.
I remember.
No problem. I'll haul it in for you guys. That's what I did.
Back when we were in radio, Ryan Haney, the suit, used to get the biggest kick out of this. He got us to do a Christmas show, if you remember it. We would lead into our favorite Christmas songs. We would talk a little bit. Yeah. And the suit would love this because Dunaway's, one of his was, one of my favorite Christmas memories is every Thanksgiving after we eat the meal, the Lions are playing, and we get out the Christmas decorations and we put them all up. And Haney was like, that is such BS. I guarantee you, Dunaway has never done that. He just knows it sounds like a Hallmark movie.
No. That's usually when they would do it. But
I thought you were never in Birmingham. I thought you get drugged to Minto.
This was pre-Minto.
It was pre-Minto, yeah. Haney used to laugh at that, though. He's like, I guarantee you, Dunaway's just trying to sell like a Hallmark movie.
No, pre-Minto days. It was... But I've never done it. I'm not a tree decorating guy. It's
my wife does it.
I'm too impatient.
I love it though. Do you love it when it's up?
Oh,
I hate it that she takes it down.
I do.
My wife. I mean, we're not one of those that's like it's got to be down by New Year's Day. Some of it depends on if you got a party at the house or stuff like that.
Hey, I'll ask the same question that's going on in the chat: real or fake?
Fake.
Oh, fake now.
And they're spectacular.
Yeah. Fake did a real one last year and hated it and never going back.
Real is a pain.
Yeah, the women love real, though.
Yeah. Boy, you got to keep them.
The ironic thing is...
We're talking trees, Lance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
There's the irony.
I like how the real smells.
I do too.
Well,
the tree, right?
We actually have some potpourri and some candles that give
make
you
it
that
smell real.
Yeah, it makes it smell Christmassy. But we are fake now, and Same tree now for 3 years. This is the third Christmas with this tree. It's also pre-lit.
Yeah, fake pre-lit's the way to go.
And it's spectacularly well.
Yeah.
It's out, and it's perfect.
Hey,
Perfect.
when I was a kid, we went literally to the tree farm in East Aboga and cut one of them down and brought it back to the house. And if you don't get the bottom of the trunk like level or square, the thing, it will fall over.
Yeah.
And then they make the tree stand where it's got the spikes in it and you stick the tree in there. So about 2 or 3 mornings, we woke up and the Christmas tree had crashed to the den floor.
Oh, yeah.
And Randy Brown, he had had enough of it. So the tree was over in a corner. So he goes on one side, hammers a little nail in. On the other side, hammers a little nail in, takes fishing line and wraps it around the trunk of the tree so it's anchored to the wall.
Just rigged the hell out of it.
He said that thing will not fall again this Christmas. I can promise you that.
Only in Calhoun County.
Oh, that was very Calhoun County, no doubt. Yes.
Meanwhile, Brown woke up one morning and his dog had been beheaded for sprinting after a ball and not seeing
It was very safe.
the fishing line.
Very safe. Yeah, but that thing did not fall again.
Very Rambo-like.
Yeah.
All right, we're sitting here talking like it's not week 13 of college football, and like Lane Kiffin's not meeting with the athletic director today, and all of college football is about to change. Let's jump into all the big stories, what we saw last night, what's happening today, and everything brought to you by a couple of great sponsors. One of them is our friend Alexander Shinara, Trial Attorneys. Don't forget, Monday, Alexander Shinara, 1,000 free turkeys down at their place. 3 o'clock is when the first turkey goes out, so you got to get in line a little early. It's a free frozen turkey giveaway with Alexander Shinara. Tell us more about what they're doing.
Yeah, Shinara, one reason he does that is, first of all, he's a very nice guy. But, yeah, he's local. He's taking care of his community. 1,000 free turkeys. He doesn't have to do that, right? He's taking care of his community, though, because that's the type of guy he is, and that's what he wanted to do when he started his firm. He headquartered it right here in Birmingham. Could have been anywhere. 24 years later, more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members, and they've recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining some core values Alexander always had: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys, you pay nothing unless they win your case. Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
A couple interesting football games with bowl eligibility and much more on the line tonight. Lance'sLock.com, brought to you by Hemphill.
Another winning night last night. We had the Texans. We had the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette.
Oh, what an ending. Butch Jones, he crashed out, as the kid said.
Yeah.
Did not mind that. 8-2 on the week for you guys. Free play up every single day. Jump on board. We're killing it this year. Win with us. Daily package, weekly, monthly. It's all brought to you by our friends at Hemphill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business, call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
D'Amico Ryans, former Alabama star, head coach of the Texans, 23 sacks. They scored 23 points. 8 sacks last night of Josh Allen. That defense was unbelievable.
Orlovsky, and I've seen him. He's all over our TVs down here. I saw him tweet this morning the difference, Lance, in sacks versus throwaways year over year. And Josh Allen only has like 6 throwaways this year. And that is Orlovsky's point, is like, you can blame the offensive line, yes, but Josh Allen is holding on to the football, trying to play hero ball too much.
Yeah, look, I mean, something's wrong. Something's broken with Buffalo. And, a team that started 4-0, now they are 3-4 in their last 7. Offensive line was awful. He was running for his life. And, normally he can create some magic against certain defensive lines, not that defensive line with Hunter and Will Anderson. Will Anderson looks like an action figure the way he's built.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. He really does.
He's cut different. Yeah,
I mean,
really
2.5 sacks last night. That Houston Texans defense, if they could get any semblance of an offense, they'd be really, really tough. 6-5 on the year, so they're still hanging around. They've got Indy next week, but Buffalo's got some issues. And the crazy thing is, we talk about this all the time: Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. All 3 of those teams are struggling.
When we were talking about Buffalo,
and actually Baltimore's playing the best of the 3 right now.
We were talking about Buffalo
with the worst record.
Yeah.
We were talking about Buffalo beating Kansas City in Buffalo, and we were talking about, that means Buffalo may not have to go through Kansas City, and we jokingly said, watch Kansas City win their division and Buffalo lose to the Patriots, and they end up having to go to Kansas City. I don't know which of those teams are going to be in the playoffs.
Did you see who Kansas City gets this week?
Indy.
Yeah. They're 5-5 with Indy this week.
Best team in the AFC, right? Well, them and the Patriots.
Well, I think it's almost a given that either New England, Indy, or Denver gets home field now.
I mean,
I heard somebody this morning real quick talking about, can Buffalo do anything in the playoffs? If Buffalo played in New England in the postseason, it'd be a pick.
Oh, yeah. I don't want them to come to my play. Yeah.
I still think Buffalo or Kansas City, if one of these teams gets in,
if
they're probably the most dangerous.
Baltimore.
Or Baltimore, yeah.
I mean, any of those teams with a healthy Lamar, those three teams, you're just going to be like, well, this could be a wild card run to the playoffs.
Yeah, Ted, this sounds insane, but AFC Championship game, you're Mike Vrabel. You think you'd rather host Buffalo or go to Indy?
Oh, I'd rather go to Indy.
I had to.
Yeah, I
think about that. I mean, you're saying I had rather play a road game than have to host Buffalo.
I guess.
I don't know. It's Buffalo in an AFC Championship game. I mean, what could go wrong, right?
I would just think I would be fearful of muscle memory from Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes beating me as opposed to Daniel Jones.
Now, the Colts are a better team right now.
Exactly.
But it's Daniel Jones or Josh Allen, and that's what would scare me to death.
That's right. And if it's the AFC Championship game, it means they've gotten it right now and they're playing well.
I could see Tiger Woods back in the day missing a cut or two or three or four.
Not very often.
But then there's going to be one Sunday where he's, all right, that's Tiger Woods.
That's right.
Hated I was playing him today.
I don't know if 10-7 is going to get you in the postseason. It's going to be really close. But if they lose that game to the Colts this week, they drop to 5-6, and then there is zero room for error. And you've still got a game in Dallas, which is tougher than you think. Texans, Chargers, Broncos.
It's funny you said that about 10-7. Of course, I was looking this morning because I think the Dolphins can get to 7-7 now. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm doing this, but what does the playoff picture look like? And I was looking at the same thing. I'm like, 10-7 might actually make it in right now. I mean, we got to fill out all these wild cards, and there are a bunch of 5-5s in the AFC.
Let's get to the college football circuit and what's going on there. By the way, lanceslock.com, you didn't have anything on Troy USC last night. Did anybody stay up and see the end of that one?
No. Didn't stay up to see it.
At Mississippi State, it's only college hoops we had.
Was that triple overtime?
Triple overtime, and there was amazing shots for USC to get it to overtime, but then it's 106-104. By the way, Chad Baker-Mazara, a former Auburn player, had 34-9 in that game to keep USC. So Troy and USC out in L.A. on the Big Ten Network. In triple overtime, it's 106-104 Troy, and they miss a shot. USC gets a rebound, dribbles down, and USC misses a shot. Troy gets the rebound with 9, 10, 11 seconds. The outlet pass is a little too far for a big guy, gets stolen, and Jordan Marsh gets and throws up a contested three as the buzzer is sounding. 107-106, USC walks Troy off. Remember, Troy just beat San Diego State.
I know, that was going to be a heck of a road trip for them. Did they call a foul? It looked like the shooter got fouled anyway. I don't know if they called it or not.
I don't think they called it a foul.
This is something you'll never see. Chad Baker-Mazara, though, guess how many minutes last night?
Well, he scored 34 points. I'm going to guess 40 minutes.
It's going to be 40 plus.
Yeah,
because triple overtime.
53 minutes.
Yeah.
53.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever seen that. That's Travis Hunter-like.
Yeah.
So Chad was playing
both
crazy,
ways.
man.
His pee afterwards looked like maple syrup. You can't stay hydrated enough. So to football, college football, and the big stories going on today. We'll do the Buffalo Wild Wings pick 3 today. Furman starts hour number 2. But first, the show being brought to you by our friends at Bojangles Brownie.
Bojangles can make it bow time for you. Jim was talking about those Christmas lights going up. How about that holiday party at your house? Once you get the Christmas lights up, let Bojangles cater it for you. What a fun way to do it. It's the great fried chicken, the crispy chicken tenders, those bow bites, the chicken tender bites they've got there, the great sides, the biscuit, the tea. All of that right there at Bojangles, those hand-breaded chicken tender bites available right now with that peach honey pepper dipping sauce that is terrific. You can get those at your local Bojangles now. Don't forget for your high school football tailgates tonight if you're still in the playoffs, or if you're headed to a college game over the weekend in Auburn, Tuscaloosa, wherever you might be headed, or those college football watch parties. All of that can be catered by our friends at Bojangles, where you can always make it bow time.
Also, our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, speaking of maple syrup, if you've got problems with your prostate as you get older, it happens to so many men, they can stay on top of that. Early detection literally saves your life as we move out of November Prostate Health Awareness Month. UCA is there for you. Kidney stones, everything in between, vasectomies, they do it all. Men and women, they can take care of you too. UrologyCentersAlabama.com, UrologyCentersAlabama.com, 205-930-0920 to make that appointment. 16 locations, the best urologists, 70 years plus of serving Central Alabama with compassion. It is a unique place. It is so good at what they do. Lance and I use them. You should too. UrologyCentersAlabama.com, 205-930-0920. Listen, there are so many things that go on that, I just don't think are worthy to bring into our show. But when so many of you, including my mom, are texting and or asking about it on social media, I feel like it has to be brought up just so people know where it originates and then what we think about it. This Kalen DeBoer Penn State discussion. The origin of this is from a newspaper writer who covers Penn State, and he did his hot board. And if I'm misrepresenting this, Brown, correct me. But from what I understand, he did his hot board, and on there was Kalen DeBoer. And as I always say, why would you not want Kalen DeBoer to be in your coaching search? He's a top 5 coach, right? You agree with that? Why would Penn State not want Kalen DeBoer? But as I told many of you on social media, when I was single, Jennifer Aniston was on my hot board. If you said who's top 5 candidates you would love to date, Jennifer Aniston in the 90s was one of my top 5. Doesn't mean she knew who I was. In fact, she did not. Didn't mean she was interested in going out, but she would have been on somebody I would have wanted to date. So you never know. It makes sense that Kalen DeBoer would be there. I never say never anymore. So I don't know. But Ryan Fowler interviewed this guy yesterday over on his radio station in Tuscaloosa. And I went back and listened and read the transcript. He keeps saying that with the Oklahoma loss, the door's now cracked open for this and that.
So
I just don't see Kalen DeBoer having interest.
Why would he? What would be the? Give me one or two positives for taking Penn State.
Yeah, or just compare the two. Let's do a pros and cons.
Because I know immediately somebody's going to say, Kalen's wife might not like all the pressure at Alabama. James Franklin was in the semifinals and just got fired midseason.
Got booed off the field.
There's loyalty, but at the same time, there's no loyalty. I was on with Chip and Zay yesterday in Austin, and Zay was talking about in his DMs that he's getting nonstop. People are fed up with Sark already.
That's right.
Sark won.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a guy that he won multiple games last year in the college football playoff. They don't like how he's handling some of the questions. And
I said that yesterday on the show. I'm a Sark guy. It rubs me the wrong way.
But I told him, I said, you know what? If for some reason Alabama loses in Jordan-Hare and goes 9-3, Alabama fans will completely flip back on Kalen DeBoer.
Absolutely.
1,000%. And Alabama fans will be like, this is not the guy. I guarantee you.
Oh, no. If he loses it. No, I told somebody that the other day. I said, I don't suspect Kalen DeBoer very much enjoyed his offseason last year. I mean, would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I said, if that one was bad, lose at Jordan-Hare and see how this one is. It's going to be even worse.
He didn't enjoy Labor Day this year.
That's like Sark and DeBoer both. Like Sark, again, they could lose to Arkansas this week. And if they lose to Arkansas, then a lot of the luster
on the table, right?
of the A&M game is off. Yeah, 7-5 is on the table. Can you imagine if they went 7-5 and Alabama went 9-3 and neither one of those teams make the college football playoff?
If Kalen loses the Iron Bowl, he will get free moving services to Happy Valley. LOL.
Who said that?
I'm
Somebody.
not going to tell you.
Do you want me?
Just a fan.
Yeah. I mean, I believe
that's the way they roll, man.
Do you want me to read the quote? I mean, you kind of summarized it. This is what the guy said on Ryan's show, Tide 100.5.
And by the way,
what?
There are reporters that have really good sources, and then there are those that are not.
Tide 100.9. Let me correct myself. Ryan Fowler. The guy's
good interview. Good getting him on.
The old boy's name is
something Sauber.
Sauber. I can't find it. John Sauber. There it is. John Sauber. Sauber. Center. There's so many freaking pop-ups on this one thing. I'm trying to read this from Center Daily Times in Pennsylvania. Okay, here's the quote.
Yeah, don't hate Tide 100.9 for making money, bro.
Oh, I know. It was somebody else that has transcribed this. He's been one of Penn State's top targets from the beginning. I think it was early on a little pie in the sky, of course. Alabama's close game with South Carolina. There was a chance it could have picked up there. In other words, if they lose to South Carolina, this becomes a theme, by the way. It didn't. Then the loss to Oklahoma nudged the door open a little bit. I still think Alabama would have to miss the playoffs to make this a real possibility, which obviously would include a loss to Auburn at the end of the year. And I'm sure the reaction down there wouldn't be great. He's been the top target since early on. I know they have a lot of respect for him and what he's done in his career, and he's somebody they think would be an excellent coach here at Penn State. The weird thing about that is, if this is true, basically what they're saying is, God, I hope Kalen DeBoer loses enough games that we can hire him. I'm like, well, what kind of sense does that even make? Even if he is a target, why are you hopeful that he loses enough games? Like, is that the guy you really want?
You know, the weird thing about this, though, is, when you hear Florida, you hear Lane Kiffin. When you hear Auburn, you hear John Summerall. You're not really hearing anything with Penn State.
Yeah,
that is true.
Like, Drinkwitz is your Vegas favorite right now.
But that's to your point. I think what you're saying is that's how big moves happen. Like Brian Kelly to LSU came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer really to Alabama. I know it was that process was completely different, but that was one that popped up, and I think Alabama fans were a little shocked.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you never say never.
Yeah.
But from the guy that we've talked to several times and the guy here do interviews and stuff, doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would cut and run.
I would agree.
So Grok, though, the robot, says that Drinkwitz is your favorite. DeBoer is number 2.
Yeah. So there are people in the chat room like Center Daily Times. Come on, guys. Well, that's actually the name of the newspaper that is in State College. It is based right there, and it's the hometown newspaper.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean the guy's reporting is any better or worse. I'm just pointing out it would be the equivalent of the Opelika Auburn News or the Tuscaloosa News reporting this about Auburn or Alabama.
And again, I only bring it up because so many of you were asking about it. As I say, I have no knowledge that is even in the cards, and I'll say it again right here, doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would take this job and this challenge knowing it was going to be a hard-ass job to follow Nick Saban.
Yeah.
To cut and run. Doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
First of all, Alabama's a better job than Penn State. That's number one.
Yes.
But number two, I mean, you maybe could convince me if he's like, buddy, he got in the frying pan at Alabama and did not realize how white hot the spotlight is in Tuscaloosa. That has happened before in Tuscaloosa. It happened to Mike Price. And, you could convince me of that. Like, he just did not realize. But you can't convince me then that's going to make you go to Penn State because, to your point, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's no benefit going to Penn State.
Their fans are just as demanding as Alabama fans.
More difficult to recruit to.
More difficult to recruit to, but their fans are just as demanding and will cut you loose just as soon as you don't meet their expectations. They just showed it with James Franklin. So, I mean, that's why I can't be convinced of it. It's not like this. If indeed you got that and you're like, man, I just did not realize how big it is here. Penn State's the same thing.
I think it's a 99.9% chance he wouldn't take it, but if he did.
Look at you.
No, but if
99.9.
If he did, what would Alabama do?
Oh, I don't even want to go there yet.
It'd be a mess.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Complete mess.
That's where Lane Kiffin's like, Jimmy, stop everything in Gainesville, stop everything in Baton Rouge.
I don't know.
I mean, you guys have been told this too. Lane Kiffin, when certain people are in Tuscaloosa, will never get that job.
I think more and more of those people have departed Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to say the atmosphere will be right for it now. And again, it's not even a discussion we're going to have. But
I'm still blown away with I think Lane Kiffin's a good coach. I mean, you give me the elite games he's won.
I don't disagree with you, Lance. But I was about to bring this up when you were talking about Chip saying the Sark people are ready. They're fed up with Sark.
Zay said it, not Chip.
I'm sorry, Zay. Yeah. You've got a great college football program. We don't have to put a name on the program, okay? You've got a great college football program, both of you. And your job is the athletic director, and you can hire anybody in America. Anybody in America takes your job, and they say, go get me a coach that is an absolute guarantee to win. Y'all give me your list.
Kalen DeBoer.
I mean, there are Alabama fans right now that would say you're wrong about that, but I agree, okay.
Kirby Smart.
There's two.
Well, I mean, just back to the Kalen DeBoer thing. He has beaten 4 ranked teams in a row.
I don't disagree with you, Jim. I said there are certain fans that would argue that. Yeah. Nobody's going to argue Kirby. Kalen DeBoer, Kirby Smart.
The Florida State game didn't look good, but the Oklahoma game, I mean, you couldn't have more wide open receivers and things. I mean, that's
but who else?
I mean, it's easy to say Ryan Day, but I mean, think Elko right now.
Oh, I hadn't seen enough Elko. Yeah. Guy hadn't even coached in the playoffs yet.
I mean, he won 9 games at Duke before he took A&M over, and then he had A&M in a situation where in November of last year,
and then what
they
happened?
But it was year 1.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, he's done a very nice job.
And now they're undefeated.
But I'm going to want
Kirk Cignetti.
I'm going to want to see Elko in the playoffs.
Have you not seen enough of Cignetti?
Yeah, I'd probably say Cignetti.
If I could hire anybody, there's only 2 guys I want.
Marcus Freeman.
I want Kirby Smart, or I want Kalen DeBoer. That's it.
I think Marcus Freeman might be 3 for me.
But you guys are seeing my exercise here of how difficult it is to find a coach that's a guarantee. They just don't really exist.
I mean, Brian Kelly to LSU was guaranteed.
You thought so.
It was a guarantee.
Yeah.
There are none. And I really do. It's Kirby Smart and Kalen DeBoer for me, the way they run their programs.
Yeah, I would go 1 and 2 on those guys too. But I mean, Freeman's not far off.
Nope, I would agree with you. But I mean, so here's the realistic. If you're Penn State, Kirby sure is not leaving Georgia. I don't think Kalen DeBoer is leaving Alabama. Marcus Freeman ain't leaving Notre Dame.
No.
Marcus Freeman may have the best job in America.
Oh yeah, you're never going to have a conference affiliation, and you get to to go 0-2 to start the season and still get to a college football playoff.
You're locked in the playoffs almost every year. You're now in a situation where teams are treating you as an exhibition game at times.
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman,
y'all say that, and then all of a sudden, if the bracketed Miami Notre Dame drags them just out of the playoffs,
I still don't see it.
Drags them just out of the playoffs because they don't get that 13th data point.
I still don't see it.
I don't either, but that would be the fair world. All right. Again, just to address all the questions out there, that's where it originated from. The only reason I brought it up, so that you know where it originated from. You can judge the reporting on your own, the words that were used, and everything that goes with it. Brian Fowler had him on yesterday at 100.9 over in Tuscaloosa. I assume they have a podcast or whatever of that. If you want to go back and listen to it, it's written up everywhere. So, Mom, there you go. When you text me, hey, have you heard anything about Kalen DeBoer to Penn State? And it's sad when I have to write my own mom and say,
Dear Mom.
Mom, I do not.
Dearest
I have
mother.
no information on this. I've got no knowledge. So there you go, Mom. We talked about it. One more thing here in the opening segment. We'll get to what's happening for Lane Kiffin today, according to reports. I want to remind you that Storm Restoration Roofing is fantastic for a free no-cost roof inspection. Happy birthday to half of the power couple, that is Greg from Pell City and his wife Andrea. It's Andrea's birthday today. Doesn't need that fake ID anymore. So put that away. 22 today. Andrea, Storm Restoration Roofing. She'll get it. No, she will not get on the roof. She's got a man that'll do that for her. It's Greg from Pell City. You too can have a man that will get on your roof. Greg from Pell City. And all the fine folks at Storm Restoration Roofing, that free no-cost roof inspection, it's not just a birthday gift from Andrea to herself. She does it for you guys year-round. Greg and the crew will get up there. Free no-cost roof inspection, 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, stormrestorationroofing.com. What do you get with this company, Jim? Well, that free no-cost roof inspection first. If there's problems up there, he can handle small repairs. He has a builder's license. They do storm damage repairs. They do roof replacements when your roof ages out, any minor repairs you need, and just about anything. Greg's just a jack of all trades. 205-542-3531. Great with insurance providers. Unbelievable financing options, and A-plus rated with a Better Business Bureau. It is Storm Restoration Roofing. Final thought here. We'll do the pick 3 in the next segment, but it's not a great TV slate. There are a few games that I'll be dying to watch.
All right, sell me on these.
But there are 2 games that are not power conferences, and I wanted to know if they would make it onto your TV this weekend. At 11 a.m. on ESPNU, Harvard and Yale play each other. Harvard is number 10, Yale's 25. This is for the Ivy League championship.
You didn't put it on there.
Wow, I didn't put it on there.
So that's going to be a no from you, dog.
On ESPNU.
Yeah. You got dashes.
Would you watch that?
No.
Harvard, Yale.
Well,
for some reason when it's on, usually because it's a crappy weekend. And now the Ivy is sending its champion to the FCS playoffs. Winner is in. So it's a little playoff application. So you're not watching that one?
No.
Well, I mean, Missouri, Oklahoma, if you're a 3 TV setup like me. Baylor, Arizona. Is Arizona Pacific time right now?
Arizona is Pacific time.
That's a noon TNT kick. That is an early kick at Tucson.
Baylor 5-5, Arizona 73. Baylor's trying to get without an athletic director and maybe without a football coach trying to get bowl eligible.
I mean, Miami, Virginia Tech is a little bit of intrigue because you never know what Miami's going to do.
That's right.
Louisville, SMU, there's a backdoor shot that SMU could do something.
To your point, Harvard, Yale could be as entertaining as many of these games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's something on the line. Yeah. And it's like watching two over the mountain schools play each other. And then there's in the FCS ranks, number 2 Montana State, number 3 Montana, rivalry game, 1 o'clock ESPN Plus. Just 2 games that are off the beaten path as you look at a crappy TV schedule weekend, mainly due to the fact that the SEC has this bad part of their schedule this weekend before rivalry weekend. If you have enough TVs or in quad boxes, I promise you entertainment in both of those games.
Where's Montana State, Montana on?
ESPN Plus, 1 o'clock.
Okay. Streaming? All right.
Streaming.
Okay.
2 entertaining games.
That might be a snow game.
Yeah.
That has a little playoff feel if you just like good football. Yeah, so there you go. When we come back, we will get into all the big games, the big boys, the helmets you recognize coming up, and also talk to Todd Fuhrman. All that still to come on the show, brought to you by our friends at Odie's.
Odie's Tavern, great place for live music tonight, getting ready for the weekend, and a fabulous place to watch all of your college football action. Enjoy the great food from Rodney Davis. Been doing it for almost 4 decades now. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. Get in, see a Will Haver at either one of those locations. The original Crestline, newest location in Edgewood, Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
Hey, when it came time to redo the master bath of the Brown house, my wife Jennifer jumped on the internet and scoured that puppy looking for the best person for the job. In doing that, she talked to a number of contractors, people that had used certain contractors, read reviews. And Brad Bell was the name that kept coming back time and time again. Brad came and visited the house, and we showed him our vision. Our bathroom is a little lighter and a bit outdated. We wanted darker colors and a more updated bathroom, of course. We showed him the vision, and that's why he did. He didn't try to talk us into something. He didn't hard sell us on something. He said, I wanted to do it the way you want it done. And boy, his crews did tremendous work. You can find out more by visiting AlabamaBathRemodels.com. He specializes in master bath kitchen and master bedroom closets. It's not to say that is his only thing, but it is what he specializes in, so it's important. AlabamaBathRemodels.com is where you see more. Or call 205-422-1758, 205-422-1758, or AlabamaBathRemodels.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, a car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Greg from Pell City, I don't know how much money he spends on apps and stuff. I said, off the sure, Penn State wants DeBoer. Who wouldn't want DeBoer? And I used my old Jennifer Aniston reference. He said, "Congratulations, Jim, you did it." He sent me this video.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Jim.
Which, by the way,
Jim, keep that. I mean, I just keep
That
that.
doesn't look like Jennifer Aniston, though.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
In the front, she does, but when she turns.
When she turns sideways, no. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, both of you guys turned into new people when you turned sideways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not in my head, Lance. Force you just 4 more minutes.
I like that Jim keeps the next rail mic right there in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Appreciate Jennifer being out in the desert for the Final Four. I mean, I apologize to Maggie. I was giddy that weekend. Alabama was in the Final Four. Never thought I'd see that happen. Yeah. All right.
That's pretty amazing. AI is something else.
Oh, it's scary.
It is.
It is scary. Should be pointed out that did not really happen.
Yeah, it was AI.
Did not really happen.
Let's make sure we point that out, that did not happen.
Show being brought to you by our friends at Fractional Financing.
Our friends at Fractional Financing, if you've got that small to mid-sized business in Alabama, Georgia, East Tennessee, or the Carolinas, you're looking for that CFO service designed for businesses that need expertise, call our friend Rod Smallwood at Fractional Financial. Rod and his team provide expertise in cash management, budgets and projections, accounting, payroll, and annual reports. Fractional Financial does it all. Not your typical contract CFO service. Fractional Financial works with clients face-to-face so they can make those informed, data-driven decisions to get their businesses to the next level. Contact them today. Call Rod and his team, 704-614-2083. That's 704-614-2083. Or visit them at fractionalfinancial.net.
Okay, before we do the conversation about the games this weekend, Lane Kiffin, according to reports, including our friends at On3, meeting today with Keith Carter, athletic director at Ole Miss. So it could be one of those days where we have breaking news at any point throughout the day, tonight, into the games of the weekend. What do you think they're talking about? Obviously, we know what they're talking about. Yeah,
there have been reports that the contract's been on Kiffin's desk for quite a while. That Ole Miss basically, blank check is the phrase that gets used. That's obviously a figurative phrase, Lance. But basically, Ole Miss is like, make the highest paid football coach in the country at Ole Miss. Think about those words I am
crazy.
saying. It is nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's what I would do if I'm Lane Kiffin. If I want to stay, I tell them again at the end of the year we won't release terms of the contract at the end of the year on December 31st, or, if you want to take it into January, whenever the final coach is going to be hired, I want to be paid $1 more than the highest paid coach. we're going to release that I have signed the extension at Ole Miss right before the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it.
Which is, you were off.
If I'm staying.
Yeah, you were off Monday or Tuesday. I brought up Brandon Walker from Barstool, who's a big Mississippi State guy, but he's like, I'm telling you, as a Mississippi State fan, he is setting this up to look like the hero. He's going to stay at Ole Miss.
I could see that.
And they're going to drop it week of the Egg Bowl, and everybody's going to celebrate.
Well, that's the way I would do it if I was staying.
Yeah.
And go on and be guaranteed, because, again, you don't want to give up the leverage. But if you guys guarantee me I'm going to be the highest paid coach at the end of the day, then we can go on and announce this thing.
I would think the only thing, Jim, like I don't think there's any doubt that Ole Miss knows they're going to have to pay him highest money in the nation to keep him. I think they've known that for quite a while. So I don't think that's an issue. Like, if you're meeting with Keith Carter and I'm Lane Kiffin, for me right now, it's all about my NIL budget. Yeah. Like, you're already paying me. You're going to pay my assistants more. Pete Golding's getting this. Charlie Weiss Jr. is getting this. And here's what you got to go shake the bushes for and promise me that every year I can have at least X in NIL.
Already considered to be one of the best in the SEC, their NIL model over there. Here's what Chris Lowe was reporting yesterday from On3 Sports. Chris, friend of the show, his reporting is the best in college football, if not one of the best, if not the best. Sources tell Chris Lowe that Keith Carter and them meeting today around midday, and there was, according to On3, Pete Nakos and them, they're sticking by that on Monday. Maybe it wasn't an ultimatum. Maybe they didn't demand an answer, but they did tell Kiffin, hey, we'd like an answer at some point here before the Egg Bowl, some clarity on what you're thinking about. So they're gonna meet, and maybe we'll get that announcement today. From the public relations side of things, if you make that decision and release that tonight, it's a bye week for you, but you get a whole news cycle tomorrow on College Game Day. You're live on game day.
That's what I was going to say. It's a bye week, which means I do the hit on game day.
That's right.
And that's recruiting. That's celebrating Ole Miss. 100% I do that.
Yeah, how difficult is that conversation to have with Kiffin to say, hey, we really do need an answer?
That's pretty difficult.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I do. Well, because I
guess you can frame it, hey, look, I know it's not your fault the way the NCAA has completely jacked up the timeline of everything with, portal windows and the two massive signing dates.
I guess it's not difficult in this sense. Like, if he's going to leave, he's going to leave. He's not gonna say, you know what, I was gonna stay at Ole Miss until Keith Carter told me he needed an answer before the Egg Bowl, so now I'm gonna go be the Florida coach.
That's right.
I mean, that's not the thing that's gonna push him over the edge.
Yep.
So in that sense, it's probably not a difficult call.
Yeah. I just believe that at some point you can't fear somebody leaving. It's much like in relationships. It is a relationship. Yeah, if they're going to leave eventually, they're going to leave eventually. You just need an answer so you can move on with your life. Ole Miss is in a good place with their NIL financially. Whoever goes in there next has got a good setup in this modern day college football of the NIL. We'll see what Lane Kiffin decides. A lot of people were going crazy over Landry Kiffin yesterday at a booster club meeting with women in Baton Rouge. She's got video of her walking in to a booster club meeting with a bunch of women down at LSU at Tiger Stadium. Just happened to be her boyfriend, Whit Weeks, was the speaker there,
okay,
according to On3 Sports. But there's video of her walking into, oh my God, Kiffin's daughter's attending this LSU booster club meeting. Well, her boyfriend was also speaking at the booster club meeting, but it was,
Was she wearing purple and gold? I mean,
oh yeah. I mean,
you don't have to worry about losing the weak boys if he does go to LSU.
That's true. Yeah, you'll keep them.
Yeah. So that's the crazy world we live in with this jacked up calendar. By the way, I'm a firm believer that it's easy to be part of Congress and say this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But don't just tell me what's wrong. How are you going to fix it? There's a lot of things you can say is wrong in the world. How are you going to fix it? So I'm not going to sit here and tell you I have the exact answer on how to fix this crazy calendar. But one thing that would help is if we get rid of spring football to where that's where you got to practice for next year, move the portal to a different time, maybe at the end of the semester in the spring. That's the one portal you have. And then you can practice in May, June, July, August, and play the games.
Yeah, but nothing,
and do mini camps like the NFL.
I'm fine with that, but nothing is going to stop the coaching carousel from spinning during the college football playoffs.
No.
That one you cannot fix.
Yeah, but if there would not be a rush to do that if there wasn't this signing day now, this portal now, all of this stuff that has to happen now. There's an urgency to go ahead and get the coach in place. If they laid out the calendar differently, and what the first thing I would start with is eliminating spring practice, and then having the practices in April, May, June, July, or May, June, July, August, leading into the games, and do mini camps. I thought that's where we were going to head anyway, but that all died down.
I know.
It'll come back as we get to spring. All right, to the Buffalo Wild Wings pick 3 before we get there. Show being brought to you today by our wonderful friends, Browning at Central State Bank.
That is the bank, Jim, that is big enough to meet every single need you've got in banking, but they are also small enough to know you because they are a great community bank that plays on your team. Whether you're chasing dreams or building your business, Central State Bank has all the tools. They've got the team. They've got the personal touch to help you win. They've also got more than 100 years of trusted service, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you, rooted in community, driven by relationships. It is Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Pick 3, it's time for the pick 3. 3 for you and 3 for me, that equals a pick 3. Say goodbye to your family, it's time for the pick 3. Only time that I'm happy is when it's time for pick 3.
So we have our pick 3 here. Buffalo Wild Wings has got their pick 6. Football season, unfortunately in college, the regular season winding down, but that pick 6 heating up from Buffalo Wild Wings. Pick 6, $19.99. Ultimate meal for 2 entrees, 2 sides, 2 drinks. You can pick between boneless wings, any of those 26 sauces and seasonings, spicy sauced or grilled crispy chicken dippers, hand-smashed double-stacked all-American cheeseburgers with sides of fries, tots, and potato wedges. The Pick 6 meal for 2, participating locations throughout the state. Stop in all weekend long to Buffalo Wild Wings.
We'll get to our picks coming up throughout the show. Probably save our picks for the 11 o'clock hour coming up. And we'll run through everybody's picks and everything. But we want to talk about some of the big impactful games in the playoffs. This Missouri-Oklahoma game, it's Browns upset alert. Missouri staying inside the number or winning the game outright against Oklahoma. Bo Pribula upgraded to questionable now. There is a belief that he may give it a go, game time decision, when they tee it up in Norman. That is really an important factor in this game if they get any quarterback play at all. This has major impacts on the playoffs if Missouri is able to pull the upset here. This opens the door. This eases the stress level on the College Football Playoff Committee, especially from the SEC side.
Yeah, I mean, look, it depends. Ahmad Hardy, if he can be half of what he was last week, which was 300
yards, right?
Yeah, I think that they've got a shot. Oklahoma's defense is so freaking good, but their offense is going to keep other teams in all these games.
And Missouri's got a good defense.
Yeah, they do.
That's why I like them in this situation, Lance. I think they keep this a very low scoring game.
I think they could, but I still think Oklahoma's going to win this game.
3 and out, 42.6% of the time is Missouri's defense. Yeah. They were one of the best in the country at forcing you to go 3 and out.
I wonder what you guys think. Like, what do you think Oklahoma – this is only a what if because I'm talking about this game. Oklahoma and Bryant Denny. If Alabama played a clean game, they didn't turn it over, their special teams were halfway competent, how many points do you think Oklahoma scores in that game? 3, 6?
Yeah, I mean,
I would give them 10.
10, okay.
Yeah, 7 to 10.
Yeah, and I think they're in the same situation even though they're playing at home Saturday, that if Missouri can find a way to play a clean game, which Alabama did not do, I think Oklahoma is stressed to score 17 points at home, and that's going to keep Missouri in this game.
That's why Brent Venables says it's important for his defense to continue to create points for the offense.
Well, I think you have to have the people that you're lining up against have to be willing to, put the ball out there to give yourself a chance. And our guys were well-versed on what to expect. I think that's part of it. And it doesn't always go your way just because they're well-versed in it, too. As we began the week talking about what is the formula for winning, I think that the mindset was there's no possible way. There is no path without winning the turnover margin. And so our guys bought into that. They recognize the physicality and the focus that takes. And I feel like, between the offense taking care of the ball and what you saw both in the kicking game and on defense, again, on just a real intentionality about going after the football.
Yeah, and that's what they'll try to do, especially if it's the third-string quarterback and it's not Pribula playing in that game tomorrow.
Did I hear him just say, and I might have misheard this, that he told his team there's no path to victory unless they win the turnover margin?
Well, I mean, look,
that is such a
they've
shot at
forced
your
6
offense.
over the last 2 games, and they've turned those 6 turnovers into 27 points, and it's a lazy-ass offense. They're not doing their job. And I can't believe to this point we haven't seen Mateer have like a big bust-out game.
Yeah, 190 passing yards from Mateer in SEC games. Hasn't even gone over the 200-yard mark. Plus 8 in turnover margin in the last 6 games that they've won. They're minus 4 in the turnover margin in their losses.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't even have to say it. The numbers tell you that.
It's absolutely factual for him.
It's such an indictment on your offense when your head coach is standing behind a podium and says, "I told my team there's no path for us to have a victory unless we win the turnover."
But this is what they traded. They traded offensive identity when Lincoln Riley was there. When you hired Brent Venables, this is what you wanted. You wanted your identity to be defense, and that's what Oklahoma is. The other SEC game that's still it's fringe playoff implications. Most people say Vanderbilt has hit a ceiling, that they can't go any higher in the rankings, the college football playoff rankings, unless there's just total chaos. Part of that chaos would be Oklahoma falling apart. Kentucky and Vandy. Kentucky trying to get bowl eligible. Cutter Boley, the running backs, McGowan and Dowdle. All of a sudden, Kentucky is scoring points, and Vanderbilt all of a sudden is giving up points. 82 points in the last 2 games, Lance. Scary game for Vandy there in Nashville.
Yeah, look, I do think Kentucky's got confidence coming off that Florida win, and then they had Tennessee Tech where they scored 42 points. But this Vanderbilt defense is leaking a little bit. Kentucky's 4-1 against the number of the last 5 out. I think it's a dangerous game for Vanderbilt. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, in 3 of their last 4 games, Jim, Kentucky scored 34 in the loss to Tennessee, 10 in the win over Auburn. That was about as ugly a football game as you'll ever watch. 38 in the win over Florida and 42 in the win over Tennessee Tech. I mean, these are non-Kentucky numbers. They're actually 12th in the conference in scoring offense, which almost never find Kentucky outside of the bottom 3.
You mentioned Cutter Boley, the freshman. Just his last few games, I mean, if you go back to the Tennessee game, 5 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Auburn, turned it over a couple of times, but still 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions his last 4 out.
Yeah, and they found their running game with those 2 guys I mentioned. Meanwhile, Clark Lee's name getting mentioned at several places in coaching searches, and this is his school, Vanderbilt. How's he handling it with his players, with his name being talked about from Penn State to Gainesville? Here's Clark Lee.
Nature of the coaching carousel, I think there's a lot of rumors and speculation that gets spread. How transparent do you feel you have to be with that with the guys? Do you feel like you can kind of insulate them from that otherwise? Just how do you kind of approach all of that?
My fight is for this program first, and they know that. I mean, we don't talk about anything external, but we stay focused on where we are, who we are, the climb we're on, and they've been incredible that way. So you got to be careful sometimes with how rumors can start and where they come from. And I think once you start addressing one, you almost leave yourself susceptible to having to address all of them. And then what have we done? We brought external to the internal, and we've lost our focus. So the fight remains for this program. This is a critical point in time for Vanderbilt football. I do feel that way. And it's a time for push and for big vision and launching point forward. For me, my role requires that every day that I am where my feet are and that I'm pouring into this team in ways that they feel my focus and feel my intentionality. And we haven't had any issues that way.
Yeah, see, some people can diffuse the question by giving you a really good answer. Others can do it in a very math teacher explaining it like calculus kind of way to where about 6-7 seconds into it, I don't really care anymore whether Clark Lee's leaving or not. He has bored me into submission. I did not care anymore whether he was being distracted by the external or not. And that's what he just did there. He started talking over my head. We'll see what Vanderbilt is. I don't know if they're a playoff contender or not anymore. A win is a must, though, to stay in the conversation. Biggest game in the country. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings and our Pick 3. You can go play right now, nextroundlive.com, nextroundlive.com up to 11 o'clock. The show being brought to you by our friends at CPAP Plus. You were about to say something?
I was just going to say, so you don't believe if Vanderbilt wins their next two, they're in?
I don't.
No.
I think they should be.
SEC's too crowded. You got Oklahoma in now. Oklahoma took Vandy's spot.
It would take Oklahoma losing, maybe even Alabama losing. The game we're about to talk about needs to go a certain way. Miami would need to lose. There's a lot that has to happen for Vanderbilt to get there. Tell us about CPAP Plus. We'll talk about the biggest game in the country.
CPAP Plus, they've got a great promotion going on right now. Woody O'Neill, our friends over there, make sure you stop in, see them. They've got 3 locations, Pelham, Trustful, Inverness on Highway 280. No appointment needed. It's the Show Your Score promotion right now. Pelham, Trustful, Inverness 280. Just show up, show your ResMed My Air Sleep score, and you're automatically entered to win a brand new ResMed Air Mini Travel CPAP worth $900. The Show Your Score raffle runs through December 31st. Don't miss it. You can get all the details right there at o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
Boy, if Missouri upsets Oklahoma, the playoff committee pressure eases a little bit because there goes Oklahoma. Don't have to worry about them anymore. Can now move Alabama around wherever I need to move them around because Oklahoma's out of the mix. So that eases the pressure. Pressure amps back up, though, if USC goes into Eugene and beats Oregon, because now you've got 9-2 USC with only UCLA left, and then you got 9-2 Oregon. Top 5 offense USC, top 20 defense Oregon. Something's got to give.
Yeah, well, real quick, I mean, if you look at the drop from Texas, 7 spots, Alabama, 6 spots. If Oregon was to lose at home with no proven wins really outside of Iowa, I think the committee would drop them 7, 8, 9 spots. I think they're done.
Yeah, I mean, the committee's already shown you they're not a big respecter of Oregon, just to have them where they already have them.
What patch do they have on their jersey right here? Oregon?
Yeah. Big Ten?
Big Ten.
Oh, Big Ten.
Yeah.
Well, but USC would be the other Big Ten team where ships passing in the night at that point.
Yeah, so you're still getting 3 in. With that said, look, I don't think they're going to have to worry about it because USC, Maeva is so good at home, and I pulled these numbers at home. Listen to this. He's 6-0. He completes 75% of his passes, 14 touchdowns, 2 picks, averages 293 passing yards per game. On the road, 2-2 straight up, 56% completion rate, almost 20% lower, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, 277 a game.
Those losses were at Notre Dame and
at Illinois, last second field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, quality losses, but they're completely different on the road.
There's no
He's
doubt.
still got the top QBR right now in college football, but it hasn't been that good. And I think Oregon's ability to run the football on a USC defense, and I give them a lot of credit. If you go back to Nebraska, Northwestern, and this past week against Iowa, they've only given up 3 second-half points in those 3 games. Different animal with Oregon. I think Oregon probably pops them pretty good. I hope I'm wrong.
You saw Mekhi Lemon in person this past week when you were at the USC game. Is he an NFL receiver for sure?
Oh, yeah. Number 6 can do it all. He's really, really, really good.
Yeah. Interesting with USC, that game, 2:30 CBS, USC, Oregon, as they play with implications. And then for Auburn, not in the playoff conversation, but they will impact Alabama tremendously when they play in the Iron Bowl a week from tomorrow. DJ Durkin yesterday had a chance to talk about his decision to start Deuce Knight. Cut 6 and 7 if you can, Tyler. And so Deuce is the guy. Here's DJ Durkin after practice yesterday.
The quarterback guys that's been this week, and have you kind of made a decision on that?
Both those guys have played really well. They're both going to play in the game, like I said earlier. We're going to go with Deuce as the starter, and I think he's earned it, done a great job. We're excited to see him go play.
What do you anticipate, kind of the breakdown of them playing? I mean, are you going to just split halves, or is it kind of?
Yeah, we're not going to get specific about that. They're both going to play in the game, and they're both going to play well. They're both prepared. We got a good plan for both of them. They're going to play well.
Yeah. Now, again, they're playing a 9-1 Mercer team. I think that's their record, 9-1. A team that is good enough to make this interesting on the FCS level if they were playing their starters and not worried about the playoffs. So we'll see.
Number's only 27.5.
I saw that. Yeah. That's a low number for FBS versus FCS.
Would this be a bad loss?
Incredibly bad.
You think the DJ Durkin, does the Durkin line
drops on this one? But I'm with Jim. There's no way if you're Mercer you play your starters here.
No.
No way.
You would not unless you're just trying to, if I'm the head coach at Mercer trying to get a big job somewhere.
Well, somebody says in the chat room, and I have not seen this independently, but in the chat room, I was going to give his
well,
name,
as you're looking for that,
no, I got it.
Okay.
It says that the Mercer coach is being mentioned for the UAB job. So this would be an in-state interview for the UAB job. And the Alabama Board of Trustees does that hiring. So people, I'm saying maybe you do get the UAB job. But I don't know. Jim's right. Maybe the guys. But, hey, you know what? The coach I want to hire? I want to hire the coach who's smart enough not to play his starters. The situation is playing for the playoffs.
But if you're one of those starters, you know what the end goal is. But at the same time, don't you want to play against an SEC team? Don't you want to play in that stadium?
Yes, I do. But if I'm the coach, I'm also looking out for the best for my team. And getting my starting quarterback hurt, chasing a dream of beating Auburn is among the dumbest things you could do right now.
Yeah. Is Mercer located in Montana?
It is not.
North Dakota?
Nope, it is not. So
South Dakota?
They're not going to win it anyway, right?
Yeah, so
may as well play for this one.
Go try to win the game. So how will the offense look with Deuce Knight at quarterback? That's a good question. Will it look different? Here's DJ.
It's similar. I mean, there's things they lean in more, each one of them. We want to play to their strengths always. That's our task as coaches, to put our players in the best position possible to have success. And so, there's little differences and things they like better. That's constant communication between player and coach, and that'll continue from now till kickoff to make sure we're doing the right things.
I would tell you, can you just leave DJ still shot up for me real quick? When I create on my EA Sports College Football, you're able to create a coach to be me. I can never get it to look like me. It always looks like DJ Durkin.
You got the same hairdo.
Yeah, I mean, but seriously,
no,
because I put a hat on, and
they
that's
don't give you that many options. So.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And so that's me. That's my EA Sports when Jim Dunaway's coaching.
I've never thought about this until just now, but you are absolutely right. DJ Durkin looks like a computer-generated coach.
Yep, that's my EA Sports avatar when I'm coaching.
That's where the computer, they're like, don't make him look too close to anybody that's actually coaching football so we don't get sued. They're like, okay, we'll just do it.
You know what's going to happen? If Deuce Knight goes out and blows it up, people are going to be like, where the hell was this? But it's Mercer.
Well, why was Hugh Freeze not playing Deuce Knight?
No, the bigger scenario is if Deuce Knight goes out and blows it up is how quickly people are calling him. Like you can watch his phone while he's in the shower in the locker room.
Yep.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. This is going to be crazy. All right, that's hour number one. Todd Fuhrman from Vegas on the other side. The show being brought to you by a couple of great sponsors. One of them is our friends at the Pants Store. Your chance right now to get in the Pants Store and do some wonderful shopping at the Pants Store. You can do it anywhere in the country, pantstore.com, pantstore.com. Huntsville and Auburn, Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, they got stores if you want to go in and actually look at some of the name brands from Horn Legend, Cutter and Buck, Antigua and Gentile. If you got an Alabama or an Auburn fan you're shopping for, they've got the best polos, the hats, the quarter zips, and a lot more. Nothing says War Eagle or Roll Tide like the Pants Store, and for the women as well, the dresses and the rompers, the boots and the footwear, all with free alterations and free gift wrapping. Pantstore.com, pantstore.com.
Hey, and if you're starting to thin out a little bit, I've been telling you guys for about 4 years now, it doesn't matter what age you are, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, Dr. Beckenstein, he is the answer. Go see him and his great staff, 205-319-0316 or t3hair.net. I do that non-invasive treatment 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time on the couch. That is it. My hair has more than doubled in thickness. Stop wasting money and critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. B and find out what will work for you. Men and women ordering products online don't even know if they work. T3's got that test. It's easy, painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. Again, make the phone call that I made years ago. Get that consultation. 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, t3hair.net.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Red Shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect southern night. Nextround.store. The memories are waiting.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Morgan, who listens to the show up in the burbs of Louisville, says, not to embarrass my son Jacob, but Cutter Bowley was an 8th grader at nearby LaRue County Middle School when he was playing against Jacob's middle school team. He was QB1. They beat us 68-6. And I remember telling my wife, that kid's going to play D1 football someday, and now he's playing at Kentucky. He was right.
Yeah. Normally the quarterbacks that go to Kentucky. This kid will end up transferring out.
Yeah, there's no doubt he'll be a good quarterback somewhere else.
He is a local kid, though. Alabama Power bringing our conversation with Todd Fuhrman.
Yeah, severe weather could pop up when you least expect it as storms come through the south today. That's why Alabama Power always ready with tech and know-how to get your power back on fast. Tools to prevent outages and a team on call 24/7 here to keep you safe and in the loop. But you can stay ahead, too. Head to alabamapower.com/storm for storm safety tips, how to report an outage, and how to stay updated when storms are coming. alabamapower.com/storm. Todd Fuhrman is out in Vegas. CBSSports.com at Todd Fuhrman on social media. He joins us now. Fuhrman, what is up, my friend? How are you?
We've got severe weather out here in the desert in anticipation of the F1 race. Been raining nonstop for the better part of the last 72, 96 hours. We're not used to that kind of wet stuff falling from the sky.
Yeah, I saw like some drainage, sewer drainage or something popped up plates on the course. That's causing a problem?
Yep, manhole covers flying up. We saw it happen in abundance the first time F1 came out here. They didn't exactly assess the G-force that the cars pull up racing around Las Vegas Boulevard at those speeds, but credit to the folks responsible for maintaining the track. They were a little bit more buttoned up this time around, albeit still embarrassing nonetheless that they can't get this thing sorted out and allow these drivers to go out there and perform on a track that they've openly shared their disdain for over the couple of years that we've had F1 out here in the desert.
All right, Fuhrman, let's talk about the games coming up. I want to start with Oklahoma and Missouri. This becomes a very critical game, obviously, for Alabama fans and their fight to make the college football playoff. They would love a Missouri upset. As bad as Oklahoma's offense is, upset is always in the cards, I would say, with them right now. What do you see happening with Missouri visiting Oklahoma? And that wasn't the border. Was that the border war? Or that's Kansas, Oklahoma, isn't it?
That's Missouri, Kansas.
Missouri, Kansas, okay. A border-ish war, Fuhrman. Fuhrman, what do you see in this game?
I was getting a little concerned about where you guys were going with the geography lesson here early on a Friday morning. But in terms of Oklahoma, look, their fans came at me with a ton of vitriol. Dunaway, I'm surprised you didn't catch any of that collateral damage after your tweet sharing the lengthy marches that Oklahoma had to go on last weekend in their upset of Alabama in that 23-21 victory. But this is an Oklahoma team that Alabama fans saw firsthand. Doesn't have much in the way of big play potential offensively. But if you allow that defense to pin your ears back, you're one-dimensional, they can create some problems and over the last couple of weeks create turnovers and short fields as a result of it. But this is a big number for them to be laying, albeit one that's come down from a peak of the market at 8, now in that 6.5, 7 range amid speculation that Bo Pribula could return from injury. A little bit surprising in that regard. But this has sleepy spot written all over for the Sooners, who would just have to win out to get to the college football playoff. As you guys, diehard college football fans, know, it is never as easy as it appears. And I think what's lost in this game is that if you look at the counting stats perspective, Missouri's defense is actually better than Oklahoma's. They're going to run the football with Ahmad Hardy. We'll see if they're able to be successful in that department. But I think they're going to shorten the game. The front seven will make life difficult for Mr. Mateer under center. And I really believe if you can grab a 7, Missouri is a live underdog in what should be a low-scoring game from Norman, with an 11 o'clock Central kickoff tomorrow.
Let's stick in the SEC. Arkansas, very predictable. They're one of 9 FBS teams that scores 30-plus, and they give up 30-plus, and they lose. But they don't lose bad. They haven't lost any games, although they're 0-6 in the SEC. They haven't lost any conference games by more than 9 points. Now they're getting 8.5 on the road in Austin against a Texas team that was completely dominated in the fourth quarter. Do you give a lean to the Hogs plus the points here?
Pretty impressive for Arkansas, despite their 2-8 season and being 0-6 in the SEC, to do exactly as you outlined there, LT. I mean, you go through their losses against a lot of their opponents: 6 points against Ole Miss, 1 point against Memphis, 3 Tennessee, 3 A&M, 9 against Auburn, 3 against Mississippi State, and of course 1 point last week against LSU. The one outlier being Notre Dame, who absolutely obliterated them to the tune of 56-13. This is an Arkansas team I have zero confidence laying points in, but I think you can feel a little bit more comfortable and confident backing them as an underdog. I didn't quite get there this week with the Razorbacks plus the points, 1 at 10. Market hasn't surfaced with that particular number, but I think you have to worry as much about where Texas is from a psychological standpoint. You know, people that want to make the case that, maybe at 9-3, if they upset A&M in the regular season finale, they'd get into the college football playoff. Look, we've all seen enough from Texas. You had to erase a 17-point deficit on the road in Starkville. You had to beat Kentucky in overtime. That ain't a playoff resume for me, and I'm not sure they can go out there, win by margin, run away, and hide. I think Arkansas hangs around in this game. A little bit of a live underdog, but I need 10 to get involved. I will look to fade Arkansas next week. I think Drink is going to want to put a big number on Bobby Petrino in Arkansas, in, as you guys refer to, as a border war between those two programs.
Yes.
Actual border there, yes.
Fuhrman is with us. For Bama and Auburn fans, enjoy the refreshing taste of Coke Zero Sugar, because fan work is thirsty work. Biggest game in the country, USC and Oregon. One thing SEC fans don't want is a 4th Big Ten team, and that would become a realistic possibility with a USC win here. Who's got the advantage, the offense from SoCal or the Pacific Northwest defense of Oregon?
So I I am far removed, of course, from that committee process, but I don't think SEC fans have to worry about the Big Ten getting in 4 teams, because in my estimation, the winner of this game controls their destiny to get to the playoff. And realistically, if Oregon were to lose this game at home against USC, finish the regular season 10-2, there's not enough meat on the bone for that particular resume for me to believe that they should even be included in the discussion unless there's complete chaos. Because if you go through the Ducks' resume overall, I mean, where's their big win? At Iowa, at Penn State, who's fighting for bowl eligibility? I just don't see it. Now, that being said, I'm not necessarily bullish on making a case for USC as a live dog in this spot in Eugene, knowing that they're a little bit banged up defensively. They haven't shown a ton of physicality when it comes to stopping the run on the road. They've been good against teams that want to run the football right at them at home in wins against Michigan and Iowa, but I do have some reservations. Oregon comes in with the number 1 rated pass defense in the country from a counting stats perspective, but you dig into who they faced so far this year, and they haven't faced a passing offense nearly as prolific as what they're going to see in USC. I'd love nothing more, honestly, than to see the Trojans pull off the upset and upset the apple cart a little bit. I just can't get there here. I think the number is extremely fair. The total sitting in the high 50s. I actually have a slight lean to go under, being contrarian. This USC passing attack hasn't been nearly as explosive when they leave the Coliseum, and I think this game could be a little bit more run-heavy than people anticipate.
Fuhrman, can you touch on this really quickly? I know Lance wants to ask you some NFL games, and we'll get some other games here, but you've explained this to us before, but this time of year, odds on coaching searches pop up, and you've explained to us why these are pretty inefficient markets. When I see odds on a coaching search in college football, how much stock can I put in anything I'm looking at there?
So if we were having this discussion, let's say 2 years ago, I would say absolutely none, with odds circulated by a lot of the prominent offshore books. If you want a much more accurate litmus test for how you think these searches are playing out, lean into some of the exchanges that are readily available, whether it's a call sheet or a poly market. Those may tip their hand a little bit sooner than some of the books that just take lower limits. They do it as much for entertainment as anything else. So we do have a vehicle that I put a little bit more stock in. Naturally, those are going to gravitate towards rumor mills and some of the information that's being circulated. But if you see wild swings given the liquidity in those markets compared to the offshore book, I think you can put a little bit more stock in them than we could have a couple of years ago.
So jumping to the NFL, and one of the marquee games this weekend is Colts in Arrowhead taking on the 5-5 Chiefs. If the Chiefs lose this game, we were talking about it earlier, 10-7 is kind of that threshold to get in, and it's going to be really difficult for them to navigate a 10-7 if they drop to 5-6. This number's still inflated. Is this kind of like the Georgia-Alabama syndrome where it's Pat Mahomes, it's the Chiefs, still inflated number, although the Colts are a better team?
This is a very unique spot from a historical perspective here, and I'll give a shout-out to the man who identified this nugget. Evan Abrams does great work over at the Action Network. Sunday, the Chiefs will become the 15th team since 1990 to be 5-5 or worse, favored versus a team that comes in with an 80% win percentage in their 11th game or later. Those teams, guys, if you're scoring at home, have gone 14-0 straight up, 12-0-2 against the number. So this tells me that if you believe in the betting market being the ultimate vehicle of efficiency, it is a buy low opportunity for a Kansas City team that's still expected by many to get to the playoffs against a Colts team that might be a little bit overvalued. I do have some concerns about this Chiefs team from top to bottom. Didn't love what I saw from a discipline or lack thereof last week on the road at Denver. But it's wild to think about it, guys. They closed the 4.5 point favorite in one of the more difficult places to play at Denver. I know the Broncos defense wasn't at full strength. And here they are coming home with their season hanging in the balance, laying a field goal 3.5 in some spots. It'd be Chiefs or pass, but I'm not running to the window to try and back them. And I think that AFC playoff picture got even that much more muddled given the Texans' upset of the Buffalo Bills last night.
Listen, I'm looking for any fraction point to make it easy on the committee for Alabama. And most Alabama fans tell me I shouldn't worry if they beat Auburn, they're in. But I'm looking for any fraction point. Florida State, NC State tonight, both teams 5-5. Florida State getting bowl eligible makes another little point in the data for the committee to help Alabama's resume. 5-5 Florida State tonight at NC State. Who do you like?
Your glass half full mentality, Dunaway, but I'm going to echo the sentiments of everybody else. The only thing that matters for Alabama right now is taking care of Auburn in the Iron Bowl next week, where they forecast out to be about a 5.5 point favorite. So it won't be easy for 3.5 hours for Tide fans who know that has been a house of horrors on the plains when they have everything to play for in the past. In terms of tonight's game, look, Carter Finley Stadium has been a difficult place for Florida State to go in and win by margin. We have seen the Seminoles take a little bit of money with this price drifting from 5 on the open out to 6, 6.5, total hovering around 60. Florida State's actually been very good, limiting some of the explosive plays against them, and that's kind of how NC State lives to move the football. I honestly wish I had a strong feel on this game. Would lean over the total at 59.5 if I had to get involved. And if it did get to 7, I'd be more inclined to back NC State. I just don't trust what I've seen from FSU over the last couple seasons when it comes to going out on the road, putting together a complete effort, and not only winning, but winning comfortably.
My goodness, 5.5 is one of the lower Iron Bowl lines we've seen in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth, Todd Fuhrman.
I can't remember
Hey,
Fuhrman.
look, we can already tell you where Lance's lock is going in that Iron Bowl game before we even get there. So I'll play spoiler in that regard. But, yeah, it's going to be a good old sweaty bum time for Alabama fans going into that particular matchup.
The old sweaty bum game for the Tide. All right, he is Todd Fuhrman. Follow him on social media at Todd Fuhrman. You can see him at CBS Sports. He does tremendous work. Fuhrman, have a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next week.
Always a pleasure. You guys do the same as well and enjoy all the great football this weekend. We know college football will have plenty of chaos for us to discuss.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fuhrman. Take care, buddy. Fuhrman with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. Whether you are a high school or college football fan cheering for your team, win or lose, it doesn't matter. You end the night at Culver's. Welcome to Delicious. When you go to Culver's, you can get those great butter burgers. They are right there for you. Don't forget that freezing great cold custard that is also there waiting for you for dessert. Those crispy, crinkle-cut fries right there at Culver's as well. It is always something that people can enjoy. Don't forget those gooey golden cheese curds. Win or lose, Culver's the perfect place to celebrate sweet memories you'll make all season long. So stop by the Culver's in Birmingham, Stadium Trace or Tattersall Park, and make this game day a delicious one. Culver's, welcome to the Delicious.
Hey, before we get to 4 downs and our tender moment today, I'll give Forrester time to see if he can go back and the picture you said you got on the opposite side of the Tiger Burn, the Cocky's funeral. Forrester chased down a picture from Cocky's funeral, the rivalry at the Clemson side of that after burning the Tiger at South Carolina. So we'll get that picture in a second.
We're being set up here.
Did you get Fuhrman said that he knows which way you're going to play the Iron Bowl already. Do you have a lean on that at 5.5 already?
Well, what he is saying is I cannot imagine how much public money is going to be on Alabama. This is a disaster scenario for Alabama the way it's setting up. It really is.
So he's saying the same thing I said is like, my gosh, when have you been able to get an Iron Bowl at 5.5?
Yeah, I cannot believe the number's coming out that low. I still would have this thing anywhere from 8.5 to 10.
You're that far off?
I think it's that far off. But with that said,
so you're saying
I think Alabama's that much better. But because that number's so low, again, Vegas doesn't get a lot of this stuff wrong.
And you're a contrarian.
Yep.
So if the world is on, man, Alabama's so good,
5.5,
big 4-ranked team minus 5.5, I'm going to jump on that. You're saying
it's going to be another episode of Pet Cemetery, man. I mean, the Indian Burial Ground is going to come out with its best voodoo.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving week, everybody. Before we get to 4 downs, our Bojangles tender moment of the day, brought to you by our friends at Bojangles.
Where you can always make it bow time at Bojangles. Don't forget, they've got those great chicken tenders, the fried chicken, the great sides, the biscuits that can make your holiday parties great. Let Bojangles cater your holiday party and have one that everybody will remember. And then don't forget those hand-breaded bow bites, the chicken tender bites that are available right now. Dip them in that peach honey pepper sauce. It is phenomenal, by the way. You get those at your local Bojangles. And high school, college football tailgating over the weekend, or your college football watch parties, get Bojangles for those as well. So whether breakfast, lunch, dinner, holiday parties, tailgate parties, watch parties, it can always be bow time.
All right, so Forrester did the research. He showed us that great video of the papier-mâché tiger being burned in Columbia ahead of next week's South Carolina-Clemson game. They have the reciprocal party. It's called Cocky's Funeral. And it's also papier-mâché. Man, papier-mâché big in South Carolina.
Oh, boy, it is. They got time on their hands.
Where they light the cock on fire.
Yes, Jim. There's medicine for that.
Oh, look. It's like, they let that scary meth head tiger do the lighting.
Oh, yeah. That is kind of weird that the methed out tiger does
that is a scary picture. The meth head tiger lighting a a paper mache bird on fire.
Well, the tiger was bigger than the cock, though. If you go back to yesterday's photo or video or whatever
that thing had to be 7
that
stories.
That thing was massive.
Yeah.
I could not believe
massive.
how big it was. Yeah. The cock is much smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at it in comparison to the tiger there.
That's what she said, right?
That's what she said all the time. Look at it in comparison to the tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods?
There you go. Little rivalry fun that I didn't know either one of those existed.
I'm with you 100%. I don't believe Scott. I think this all started this season. I don't think Scott is giving us a college football tradition that's 100 years old.
Show 1085 gets us to 4 downs, brought to you by our friends at Woodhouse Day Spa, where, hey, it's the holiday season. Go ahead and just get that easy gift for somebody. Maybe it's a great teacher appreciation during the holiday season for the teacher. Woodhouse Day Spa.
They will absolutely love it. Anybody in your life, the gift of relaxation, the way to go. And you can do it so simply by just going online, birmingham.woodhousespas.com. You can order that special person gift online 24/7. Gift cards, perfect solution. They can choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the massages, body treatment, skincare, waxing, nail services. Woodhouse Day Spa, located conveniently at the Summit Shopping Centers. Stop in, see our man Stuart and that great staff. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. But again, order 24/7 online, birmingham.woodhousespas.com.
First down.
So, which touchdown plus home favorite has a better chance of getting upset this week? In Texas at home to Arkansas, or Oregon in Autzen to USC?
I think I'll actually go Texas, Arkansas on this one, Dunaway. I can see sleepy Texas crowd, frustrated with the coach, I guess, according to Zay. Chip and Zay out in Austin. Zay saying it, not Chip. Frustrated with the coach, out of the playoff picture. Very disappointing performance in Athens. Early guess, 11 a.m. kick, right?
It is a 11 a.m. kick. No, it's 2:30.
2:30 kick. Yep. Middle of the day, it's not too early to kick.
Yeah,
it's
always
middle of the
sleepy
day.
after lunch.
Always sweet. You had a big lunch, and now you're like, I don't really want to. I know I can see sleepy environment in this one. You're already looking ahead to A&M. Your whole season now has become, let's just beat Texas A&M, and maybe hurt their seeding.
Arkansas is 2-8 for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that frustrates you about teams that are good, not great, is that, God, they play so good sometimes against teams that are not great.
Yeah.
And you think, why couldn't we get this team against Georgia? Why couldn't we get this team against Ohio State? I think Texas plays well. I like Texas easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say the bigger chance for the upset then would be USC beating Oregon?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Second down.
Harold Ramis would have been 81 years old. Best movie Harold Ramis directed, and I'll give them to you. Caddyshack, National Lampoon's Vacation. What else do we have? Groundhog Day. Analyze This. Those are the ones you probably would choose from.
I would,
Vacation for me.
Yeah, I would rate them this way.
Vacation,
Caddyshack, Groundhog Day. I would put them in that order.
Vacation, Groundhog Day, Caddyshack.
I would go Groundhog Day, Vacation, Caddyshack.
Okay. So we've all got a different order.
God, I'm glad we're not on the college football playoff committee.
You would have left your hat at the door. My Caddyshack hat's at the door.
There's an underrated film he directed called The Ice Harvest, and it's got Billy Bob Thornton in it, John Cusack. It's got, who else is in it? Oliver Platt. If you've never seen,
I love Oliver Platt and John Cusack.
It's a good Christmas movie, but it's got the mob element in it. And
it's called Ice Age?
The Ice Harvest.
Oh, okay.
A lot of cussing, a lot of
Ray
violence.
Romano as a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Ice Harvest.
So this is dark comedy?
Yeah,
it's
dark
comedy, but it's a
yeah.
Christmas-related movie? It happens at Christmas?
Yeah, it happens on Christmas.
That is right up my alley.
It's
John
a
Cusack.
neo-noir black comedy film directed by Harold Ramis.
Neo-noir, Jim. Do you watch many of those?
Randy Quaid's in
I
it,
hate when
too.
you mix the strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate ice cream.
Wait
Not
a
a big
minute.
fan of the neo-noir.
So Randy Quaid's in there, too?
He's the big gangster.
That's it.
Yeah.
That seems
Well, it's in Wichita, Kansas.
miscast. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he plays it well.
All right.
Takes the
Third
bird shot to the face. Goldie Hawn, 80 years old today. Better career, Goldie Hawn or her life partner, Kurt Russell?
They never got married?
Nope.
Oh.
So that's the secret to their success.
Interesting. They still live together. They do everything but get married. Okay.
It's hard for this generation to really appreciate, I think, more Goldie Hawn than Kurt Russell. I think Kurt has done more meaningful things later in his life than Goldie did.
That's what happens in Hollywood, though.
Yeah,
You know,
but-
the guys can hang out and hang around a little bit, and Kurt Russell did have kind of a a restart to the career. Hateful Eight.
Tarantino brought him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grindhouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Goldie Hawn, but it was all decades ago.
Yeah, I mean, Cactus Flower, she won an Academy Award. I think she was nominated for Saving, or what was it? Private Benjamin. Not Saving Private Benjamin.
Saving Private Benjamin.
But just Private Benjamin.
Yeah. She was a pretty good football coach.
Yeah, Wildcats. Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes on that roster. How can you not win?
Yeah, how can you not win with those two?
Overboard.
That's where they met.
Yeah.
They were both really good on that. I've always loved Kurt Russell. But Goldie Hawn's probably got the better career.
For some reason, my TikTok algorithm today gave me your least favorite Tombstone line. But it's a funny moment in there when Billy Bob Thornton's playing cards. And he's like, it's like I'm playing cards with my brother's kids. And then Kurt Russell comes up to him and, he's getting it. And that's when he is you go ahead and smoke it. You smoke that wagon and see what happens.
They're playing Pharaoh.
Yeah. It's like
and how fat is Billy Bob in
he's
that?
huge in that movie.
Yeah.
He has gotten so skinny now.
I flip it around. Kate Hudson, which is the daughter of those two, right?
Yes.
Who's got a better career, those two or Kate Hudson?
I think those two. But
And
Kate
that-
Hudson's had a good career.
What order would you put them in?
I would go Goldie, Kurt, Kate.
She's definitely third.
Yeah.
She's had
I
a
would
good career,
think.
though.
She's having a good career.
It was more of a. It started with a bang with Almost Famous and what was the Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, where they were
romantic comedy,
diving for gold.
10 Ways to Lose Your Boyfriend.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
but they also did one where they were diving for gold out in the
Her
islands.
McConaughey?
Yeah.
She's got a new one coming out.
She's on Point Break or something like that, Breaking Point, where she's the owner, takes over the ownership of the Lakers.
I saw. So I didn't see it, but
It's a Mindy Kaling. What's her name?
Mindy Kaling.
Kaling.
Yeah, from The Office.
She wrote it,
Yeah.
and Kate's really good in that. It's a situational comedy.
Fourth down.
It's a neo-noir comedy.
Neo-noir.
Michael Strahan, 54 today. Michael Strahan or Mike Tyson?
Strahan. I mean, Tyson probably had the better athletic career. He was the most feared man. Tyson was
a two-time Super Bowl champion and will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but Tyson was the best in his sport for a pretty good period of time, and I don't think you'd ever say Strahan was the best in his sport. Maybe the best at his position. I don't argue that, but not the best.
I mean,
in
he's
the
got
sport.
the sack record right now.
He does. Remember, Brett Favre gave it to him, and it pissed off Mark Gastineau.
Yeah, I would say that, best at your position as opposed to best in your sport. He's playing a sport that only has one position. Boxing is the guy.
I have never seen the 3 or 4 years of Mike Tyson anybody feared that much.
Most feared man in the world.
That was really quick.
Yeah, it was really quick, but his, the way he revived his career with Hollywood and,
But Strahan's media career has been tremendous.
yeah.
Only growing.
Yeah, I would lean Strahan, but it's close.
Strahan for me.
I mean, to do an NFL studio show now, Nate Burleson has done the same thing now, but an NFL studio show and a transition over onto the news side. And I don't watch Good Morning America, but I mean, he gets a ton of interviews.
He's got a production company too.
Yeah, so I'd go Strahan.
Making some money, much like Peyton Manning has. That is our 4 downs today. Our viewing menu brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. What LT and Tyler are watching this weekend other than football?
205-969-8100, the number you need to call. Ask for Amy Toe. The Next Round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call that I made. I had the 2200 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of contacts after the procedure, which only took 12 minutes for both eyes. 20/15 vision, better than 20/20. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
Only one new release today. Netflix has a new, I don't know what you would call this, a limited series with one episode. I'm not sure. It's called One Shot with Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran performs his hits in one continuous take while walking New York City streets, riding subways, and meeting fans, creating spontaneous musical moments throughout the city. I think that's just a cool idea, just sort of a really long music video / concert that's all one take. I think that's pretty cool, and if you're a fan of Ed Sheeran, then you can check that out.
Very talented. I'm not a fan anymore, though. I don't know.
I like his music. Have you seen the video? And this could be part of this. I don't know. It's kind of old video, though. There's like a talent show going on in a shopping mall, and some girl is singing an Ed Sheeran song, and I'm sure this was complete. The girl's surprised, but I'm sure the whole thing is staged because it's just too ironic. And he surprises her and everybody in attendance by walking up on the stage and singing the song with her. And like she starts, you can tell she's genuinely surprised. It's actually just really cool. It's a cool side of him, and I like his music. I don't think I watched that.
Yeah, I think it was Jamie Foxx that saw him like playing in Hollywood a bunch and like got him like lived in his house for a little bit. There's
Really?
some kind of,
That's how it got discovered?
Some kind of crazy story like that. I mean, that was one of the reasons. Now, Ed Sheeran's dad was like a big art dealer, so he's one of those kids that had a ton of money. So I think that probably helped out for him to chase his dream, so to speak. Do you have anything on it?
Yeah, I just looked it up. There's an interview clip with Graham Norton that's titled, Ed Sheeran slept on Jamie Foxx's couch for 6 weeks.
Well, there you go, 6 weeks.
I think Fox saw him and was like, damn, like he was a human jukebox. He could do anything.
Come
And
sleep on my couch.
Yeah, please come sleep on my couch. Entertain my women that are rolling in and out.
Well, it paid off. Netflix has also added Dr. Sleep to its catalog. Even though I'm a big Shining fan, I have not seen Dr. Sleep.
It's good. It is cool that they go back to the Overlook. It's a little much at times, so they probably should have left it alone. But there's some moments that you probably would like.
All right, I'll have to check it out then. Tonight at 6:40 on FXM, you can watch Alien Romulus if you never got the chance to watch that in theaters or on streaming. I think it's a perfect Alien movie. It is perfect. It is equal parts horror and sci-fi, and it just works very well.
Very, very tense too.
Yes.
I agree with you. I thought it was really good. Speaking of Netflix, Beast in Me. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
Nope.
I've seen the first 2 parts, 2 episodes. Claire Danes, Matthew Rhys. Very, very interesting.
And then finally on viewing menu today, Netflix has added Scott Forster's favorite movie of all time, Elf.
Oh, Scott.
If you're looking to get in the Christmas
I thought it was
spirit.
No Country for Old Men.
It's Christmas, Scott.
Yuck.
Oh, you don't like Elf?
I
Okay.
hate Elf.
He hates Elf.
It's the least funny movie I've ever seen.
It's funnier than Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
No, absolutely not.
Lance,
That's
you
ridiculous.
hate it. Out of
so
your
much
mind.
funnier. So
Lance,
much better than
that's
Christmas
ridiculous.
Vacation.
Out of your mind on that one.
Vacation is better than Christmas Vacation.
I'll
but
give you that
I'll
one.
agree with that.
Europeans
both of them are
even better than
fantastic.
Christmas.
No.
Both of them are fantastic.
No, Lance.
Yeah.
Best
Europeans
holiday movies
better
are coming
than
up this
Vegas
week.
Vacation, though.
Thanksgiving, Mark It Down, Sin of a Woman, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Watch them every Thanksgiving. Thanks the night before Thanksgiving.
That is what LT and Tyler are watching this weekend, brought to you by Michelson. Don't forget, a week from today, our final regular season road show down in Auburn at Moe's Barbecue. We'll be down there thanks to our friends at Bud Light and Adams Beverage. Our show next Friday will be 11 to 2. 11 to 2 on Black Friday before the Iron Bowl, which is going to be chaotic. Furman just told us that the point spread will be around 5.5 right now for Alabama and Auburn, with all the public money going in Alabama, which he says hold on to your seats for that one. We'll see how it plays out as we get ready for that big game. When we come back, way too early headlines for Week 13 of college football, and a lot more discussion about these games, the playoffs, the meeting with Lane Kiffin going on with Keith Carter today, according to reports, and a lot more on the next round.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com. Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the next round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Rolling on, we'll do hour number 3 with our Buffalo Wild Wings pick 3, and we'll give you our picks, all of them. We have given no picks on the show today so far. That's coming up in the final hour, so you've missed nothing if you're watching or listening to us live. If you're with us on a podcast, Apple or Spotify, like and subscribe, thumbs up on YouTube. But hour 3 is where you'll be getting our picks for the weekend coming up. Headlines in a second. But first, a little conversation about Alabama, hearing from the coach and the offensive coordinator, brought to you by our friends at Company Distilling, LT.
Company Distilling, a great new product here in the state of Alabama. It's also available in other states. Look, if you're going out this weekend, you're picking up a bottle of bourbon, ask for it by name. If they don't have it, tell them to get it. Again, it's available in Alabama, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. We are going to be doing a activation on site. We'll give you dates, times, and location for that coming up. But your opportunity to meet the man behind the bottle, Jeff Arnett, the master distiller at Company Distilling, former master distiller of Jack Daniels. For more information, CompanyDistilling.com/Alabama.
Okay, remember last week against Oklahoma, Cole Adams, who's usually back by himself returning punts, was back there with Ryan Williams, sometimes stacked straight on top of each other, but 2 back for Oklahoma. I thought it was the first time I had seen it all year long. Kalen DeBoer earlier this week asked about having 2 guys back, and is that something you're going to keep seeing?
I think Saturday was the first time this year that y'all have used 2 players back in punt return. Just kind of, was that something y'all saw from Oklahoma that you wanted to try, or is it something they've been kind of building towards all year that it was something you wanted to try on special teams?
Well, their punter was a little erratic. He'd hit long ones and he'd hit short ones. And so some of the short ones, what would happen is they would roll out and end up being longer kicks because you play for the long game. And so I thought Our guys did a good job of the fielding part. Obviously, we had a turnover, which was a big deal. And so, from a schematic standpoint, that was a lot of the reason for that. And so you saw some of the ones that went longer. Ryan got his hands on those. And obviously, field position plays a little bit of a role in that, but there were some shorter ones too. And so, I felt like from a schematic standpoint, what we were doing made sense.
Yeah, so that's why they did it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. When
your punter was so bad and so erratic, we had to put 2 back for the first time.
We needed a shortstop and an outfielder. The only thing I thought was strange about it, not that they did it, was that Ryan Williams was the guy they used. I know he's fast and he can be elusive, but he also doesn't always value the football.
Yeah.
But I think you have the same problem with Mbakwe, who also is back there sometimes. I'm not sure he has always been best at holding onto the ball or making catches back there. So
I don't think you'll see it again.
That's what I was about to say, Lance. His answer there made it sound like that may have been something we tried, and that one's gonna stay in the lab.
Yeah,
not gonna see that one again.
And don't you maybe roll that one out for Eastern Illinois instead of Oklahoma?
Yeah, well, I think the reason they were doing that was because of the Oklahoma erratic punter, and it seemed to be a little communication issue the first punt because it was sort of a tweener. One guy was backing up to catch the pop fly, and one guy was coming in. In baseball terms, I was always taught the guy coming in has a better chance of catching it. You let him sort of make the call. Communication problem there, and then the fumble from Ryan Williams later on. We'll see what they do going forward. It doesn't sound like they'll do it again. Ryan Grubb gets asked a more important question on how to coach up. What's he telling his running backs who have, at least in the Oklahoma game, didn't do a good job in pass pro, in the running backs in pass protection? What is he telling those guys?
Yeah, what are the coaching points to running backs about pass pro after just what they put on tape in this game?
Yep, there was 2 reps there. Jam is normally a really dependable guy, and it doesn't come down to anything but, balance and hand placement. And Jam just kind of got his weight out over his toes and leaned on one, and Daniel got his weight back inside, and the guy out-leveraged him too quickly, and normally those guys are pretty down solid in that. So I think, what we told the guys was making sure that we're putting them in enough positions during the week. Are we getting enough one-on-one reps with your true one linebackers at pass rush? And if we're not doing enough of that for the guys, we got to supplement it. Because when you look at something happen on film and it's not what your guys are capable of, it's more about, the message we try to give to our guys is like, what are we not giving you enough of in practice? Not, get to the film and, MF the guys for stuff they didn't do. So we want to fix the problem. And I know our defense, they'll want to do more one-on-ones if that's what we want. So we got to do a better job with that, I think.
Yeah, MF is for Merry Festivus. Yeah, Merry Festivus, the guys there. Interesting stuff. Alabama coaching it up before they go to play Auburn a week from tomorrow, Eastern Illinois, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Mercer, Auburn, 1 o'clock tomorrow with Deuce Knight starting. Before we do our headlines, way too early headlines, the show being brought to you by our friends at Gray's Tree Service, LT. I mean, if you've got, what a great gift. If you got some dead wood out in the yard, hey, go ahead and treat the family with a little tree service from Gray's.
Yeah, you think the old wife is going to say, you know what, we got dead wood.
You got me Gray's?
Yeah. Gray's is...
Does it come in a silver box?
is absolutely fantastic, though. If you need something extracted from your lot, look, the dead wood can lead to property damage. They were founded over 30 years ago, family-owned, community-based, 24/7 emergency storm services, free estimates on all their services, from the removal, the trimming, the health. Gray's maintains that fleet of specialized cranes and lifts to get the job done right, prevent damage to your home. Probably seen them rolling around town. Call that number, 205-255-1239. Tell them the next round sent to you. You can scan that QR code or just visit graystree.com.
Can you imagine being so well off that you could call Gray's up and saying, hey, would you take my kids and my wife out into the woods and cut down a Christmas tree for me and drag it back?
I'm sure there's a price.
Yeah, there probably is.
Sure there's a price.
Listen, I don't want to go. I want to watch football Sunday. But if you can take the wife and kids out, then here's my phone. Would you take some pictures too?
That's all right. I'll leave room for me to Photoshop myself in.
All right, Tyler, let's do the spotlight. Way too early headlines.
The college football spotlight.
Like the game's already been played. Monday's headlines today.
It is the Shannara Spotlight, where we give you Monday's headlines today, and it's presented by our guy Alexander Shannara, Trial Attorneys. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, Shannara.com. Shannara.com, you pay nothing unless they win your case. Listen, we've talked about the fact that Alexander Shannara is a Birmingham guy, Birmingham born and bred. The firm now not only handles any personal injury claim, but claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability workers' compensation, a host of other claims. Another reminder that Monday, that is their turkey day. Just after 3 o'clock, 1,000 free turkeys given away, one per car. Listen, some of you have been very fortunate people. If you know somebody that maybe has run into a tough time, give them a heads up on this and let them know. There is no obligation here. All you got to do is drive by and Alexander or one of his staff will just hand a turkey to you. 1,000 of them. That's the type of dude he is. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
All right. Usually we start with mine because mine are not funny like these two. So let's go with mine first, Tyler. Go ahead and bring mine up. Way too early headlines. Me, myself, and I. Kiffin stays at Ole Miss and also takes the Florida and LSU jobs.
He would love that.
Yeah. There'll be a time where all three of them think he's going to be their coach next year. I promise you that.
Yeah.
At one point or another, all three are going to. We got Kiffin.
Meetings happening at lunch. Me, myself, and I. Kiffin takes all three jobs. You can see there the Auburn search is casting a big net. That's a lot of Auburn binoculars there staring at one guy, John Summerall. There, who is the center of the coaching search. Tata for now is the isn't that what the Winnie the Pooh tiger said? What was that guy? Tigger? Is it Tigger?
Tigger.
Yeah, Tata for now. Missouri, Tata for now to Oklahoma. 27-17 Missouri in the upset on the
You like
weekend.
the Brown Bandits play, do you?
Yeah.
You
Tata
don't need
for
them.
now. Oklahoma playoff hopes. Tata for now.
You don't need them.
I've got a little typo in mind, but we'll roll with it anyway.
Scott and the back room will point it out very quickly.
Well, I mean, it's just a misspell. But the Herald Sun, Duke rolls, UNC 34-17, only one Mensa in Chapel Hill, as Belichick's girlfriend overheard saying, "I'm confused. You told me the only time I could bust out this outfit again was in front of royalty."
Mensa. I like to play on Mensa, yes.
The quarterback for Duke, for those that don't know at home.
Yes.
What do y'all think about that game?
I think
I
Duke
won't watch
wins.
it.
Yeah, I won't watch it, but I think Duke probably wins.
It's an ACC game, so Duke should win it. They can't beat anybody that they play outside the ACC.
Duke still with it's a hard path to there, but they're 5-5. They're playing for bowl eligibility. So's North Carolina. They got to win this one and against NC State.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mensa and Mekhi Hughes should have stayed at Tulane, and I think those two would have been the difference in Tulane being your Group 5. Would have worked out for everybody.
Where's the misspelling?
Instead of bust, it's Bist.
And Belichick.
Oh,
is
here they go.
ICK.
Here they go. There goes the back room.
Yeah,
They'll get on you on those
it's
misspells.
one L.
Well, I want to say that I properly spelt it right.
There should also be an apostrophe there.
Yeah, see, the back room will get on you on grammar.
Yeah.
You ought to know this, Lance.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a job. I'm told that
You had
they don't have time to do this.
job.
Yeah.
You had one job.
Yeah. What about yours, Brownie, before we dig a hole?
We're going to go to the Gainesville Sun for mine. Lane Kiffin teases exciting season finale when he gives his final team a rose.
Could be today.
It's a bachelor play.
Yeah, we got that.
Could be today.
Page 2, Outkick founder Clay Travis recommends the Vatican upgrade to be as nice as his beach house.
Yeah, we nailed that one on the show Tuesday, didn't we?
I saw you responded to somebody the other day. Did you guys see it?
I
And
did
it was
not.
somebody talking about money or something, and God, I forgot exactly. But anyway, Clay was like, "I'm thinking about buying my 5th house this summer."
Yeah. When he was on the show, he was joining us from Rome, and Brown was like, "You there for pleasure or business?" Well, I really can't say. And I was on the air. I quickly said, "Well, you either go for Rome for vacation or, for in your case, to interview the Pope." And he was like, "I can't say." And we were like, "Oh, he's interviewing the Pope," and he ended up interviewing the Pope.
I called him Wednesday about something completely different, and he answered. He's like, "Hey, man, I can't talk. I just interviewed the Pope." And I was like,
"Yeah."
And I had no idea he was over there because obviously I was off the show Tuesday. I thought it was so weird. But
Page 3, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee rules Delaware doesn't have enough rush yards to remain a state. That is a tough break for Delaware. We're down to 49. We're going to have to redo the flag and everything.
DLA for Delaware.
Delaware.
Oh, God. How do you misspell one of the states? dates,
Guys,
Brandon.
I try to tell you all the time, newspapers are a dying breed. They don't have the proofreaders anymore.
Was that? I mean, is that one of our original 13 too? Right?
I believe it is.
Hey, not anymore. They don't have enough rush yards.
Hey,
Is that the
right,
Constitution
though.
state?
If you go to any of these .coms,
it's
AL.coms,
errors everywhere.
Oh, they really are. They used to never be.
And I don't understand because spell check is on literally every computer.
Except
There's
for-
not a
yeah.
single one that it doesn't
So
come
what they
on.
don't understand is I put typos in to make this more original, make it more realistic. That's what y'all
Yeah.
don't understand.
Brooks doesn't believe you.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't even think you can misspell it. I think it corrects.
What, Delaware?
Corrects it for you.
Okay,
Every device I have, it corrects it for me.
I have to turn off spell check on the one I use because if I don't, it puts the squiggly red lines when I send it to Tyler and it doesn't look real. So I've turned spell check off. Because it's got the squiggly red, the red line, that's under something you've misspelled.
You can click on that and tell it to ignore that, and then it just goes away.
That's what I do, but I have to turn it off on the little program that I've used for years now, Scott, that has dependably printed up the Gainesville Sun, the Latino Times, all these newspapers I've got.
Yeah. By the way, Delaware, the first state, Brownie. You misspelled the first state.
Jim, they're not a state anymore. They don't have enough rush yards.
Yeah. The state motto is liberty and independence. And I will point out to you, motto has 2 T's and not one, just in case you want to spell that later on.
A moto with 1 T.
It's a good thing we never took advantage of the Delaware tax situation because you would have misspelled the state on the form.
Oh, actually, we did.
Oh, we did?
Damn, Brown getting a haze today.
That's 100%.
Well, we need to double check it.
Yeah, no, I didn't do the form. Where did Delaware is D-E what? D-E-L-A-W?
Yeah.
Delaware.
So right now you're questioning whether we're correcting you?
No, I'm trying to figure out where I made the mistake on Delaware.
Well, I mean, Del and where. You nailed that one. It's going to be between the L and the W.
You're an A.
Hey, Brown, is that pre-hot yoga line?
Well, he is a little thick there. You'll have to take that up with AI.
Yeah.
That looks like FAU lane. It was a little chunky.
Not a real photo there, Brooks. That is AI. So yeah.
Hey, just because we're talking about these job searches, do you guys see who the favorite now is at LSU?
Now Fuhrman has said
It's not Nick Saban anymore.
I was surprised at Furman's answer that this has gotten a little more refined.
At
Favorite
LSU, the betting
LSU,
favorite?
yeah, the betting favorite right now.
Betting favorite at LSU for me would
And they
be,
seem lost because it's only plus 300, so it's not like a clear-cut favorite.
I would say the betting. God, if it's Eli Drinkwitz, that is a.
He's not in the top 5.
What is it?
Lincoln Riley.
No.
Who is it?
Kenny Dillingham.
You go from Brian Kelly to Kenny Dillingham.
Kenny Dillingham. They might not get bowl eligible next year.
Yeah. By the way, Lane Kiffin meeting with Keith Carter, according to Chris Lowe on 3, here and within the next hour or so. Maybe the meeting's ongoing now. He and Keith talk 2 or 3 times a day. If you listen to Lane, we'll see what comes out of that. There's a camp that believes he'll make a big announcement, firing up the Ole Miss fans going into the Egg Bowl in the playoffs. There's a camp that believes he's the LSU guy. There's a camp that believes he's the Florida guy. There's even the fringe lunatics that believe he's going to be the Alabama guy. It's insanity for Lane Kiffin out there right now.
And we're doing flight tracking. I'm seeing reports of a flight that has been from Baton Rouge to Oxford today.
That's probably Landry coming home.
Was initially scheduled to travel then from Oxford to Gainesville.
Yep. Probably going to see Layla.
Canceled that leg, went back to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So read into that what you want.
Yeah. All that is Landry just trying to catch up with her parents and boyfriends. It's good to be queen. All right, that's our way too early headlines. We'll get back to the Pick 3 coming up on the other side. The show today being brought to you by our friends at Walk-Ons. Guys, man, if you're looking for a great place to go enjoy lunch right now, dinner tonight, the games this weekend, every day's game day at Walk-On, whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the family for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-Ons is your go-to for good times with wall-to-wall TVs, craft beer, and cocktails with bold flavors for the fans of all ages. From the melty mozzarella logs to the Hall of Fame-level burgers, stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, Trussville, Greystone, Stadium Trace. I nailed that, Reed. Game on at Walk-Ons.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter @ScottForresterTV.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt, can't work, don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hey, this hour, final hour of the show, always brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster, Mississippi Delta Recipe Tamales, right there, top center. Stacked up like that, you can get a big pan of them to take to your tailgate, to your party, or to have around the house when you're watching the games this Saturday and Sunday. I get them as an appetizer when I go in there. I think it's 3 of them that you get with some slaw to start off your meal. They are so good. I hate tamales, except for those tamales. The Mississippi Delta Recipe Tamales with a little heat to them, they are fantastic. The chicken is brined overnight by Sterling himself with special flavors and spices, and it comes out and it's cooked to order when you go in there, and it's juicy way down to the bone, all the way to the bone. And then the hand-cut chicken fingers, huge, best chicken fingers in town. I love it all at Champy's Chicken. Go see it, Highway 119 in Alabaster. I still get texts or DMs all the time. I finally made it to Champy's for the first time. It lived up to the billing. One guy called it a banger this week. Just a great meal right there, champyschicken.com. Before we get to our picks in the Pick 3 and some more talk about all the games going on, Alabama and Auburn in sort of the tweener weekend before you get to the big rivalry game next Saturday. Alabama still controls, from what I see, their own destiny, Brown. Have you got any clarification? I think they're winning in is what I keep seeing.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I have seen so many different.
For the SEC championship game,
that's what
I'm
you're talking
about
for Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about for Atlanta, not for
Atlanta.
the playoffs.
For
Okay,
the SEC championship.
No, I've seen so many different discussions on this that there is a narrow path that can leave Alabama out depending on some other outcomes both this week and next week, because it'll become in a three-way tie strength of schedule.
And that gets down to the Kentucky's, Florida's, and Arkansas on who they beat.
There's 4 games that can affect this.
That's the way I've been told.
Yeah.
But now you're saying people are telling you none of that even matters.
Yeah, I mean, I leave open the path. I don't understand it all. But winning the SEC, does that still matter to players? Because we always talk about playoffs. LT Overton gets asked about being SEC champions, playing for a championship in Atlanta. Does that matter to the players now?
What would a conference title mean to you? And does that still mean something in college football?
Yeah, of course. I mean, SEC is really the best conference in all college football. And just having that alone is kind of comparing to like a national championship just because of how hard our league is. So anything that we could end up putting on the wall, make a memory of, means a lot.
I think this team could go from not making the playoffs to getting a bye.
Yeah, I asked that the other day. A SEC champion Alabama, do you think they're a bye?
It was a big discussion on Josh Pate's show.
Yeah, what did Josh think?
And Josh, I mean, he had no answer either. He goes, what's crazy, what LT just brought up, is that Alabama could make it to Atlanta and end up having beaten currently number 3 and number 4 if they were to be SEC champions. How are they not a bye at that point?
Yeah, I think they get the bye if they win the SEC. But I've also heard people that believe Alabama could get to the SEC championship game, lose, and get bounced.
Yeah.
Which I don't trust the committee with anything.
No.
I mean,
but I know who the committee works for. That's the only reason I trust them in this one. I know who their boss is. Their boss is 3 people basically: Disney, Greg Sankey, and Tony Petitti. And Disney is in bed with the SEC, so that may as well be one and the same. And those people are not going to allow their conference championship games to be any more diminished than they already are.
Can you imagine this scenario, though? Alabama's got 3 losses from the SEC championship game. Vanderbilt's got 2 losses, just beating Tennessee. And then you've got Hunter Yurachek saying, Alabama beat Vanderbilt head-to-head. And then, what about Miami and Notre Dame?
I know. That is going to be a problem. You're right.
They contradict themselves so much, and I just think this thing's setting up for potentially a disaster.
The way it is always explained, and we've only got 1 year with the 12 team, and that was SMU who lost and stayed in.
Right.
But the way it's always explained is that it's only you get credit for earning your way into the championship game, and then you can only help your case at that point.
It's the way it should be.
Right. But, I mean, a blowout situation is bad on the eye test if you end up getting blown out by a team who's going to be in the playoffs. But when you're doing that for the SEC and the Big Ten, just making it to the championship game as a bonus, last year we saw the ACC, we sort of painted ourselves in the corner. We got to keep SMU in because they lost. Do they deserve to be in? Who knows? Now here comes the Big 12. But I mean, if Texas Tech loses, man, we got to keep Texas Tech in.
Before the old boy from Baylor got blown out, he literally said, "We only view the conference championship, playing in the conference championship, as a good thing,
as a plus."
That's what he said. That's the only way we view it, is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't really see a path to Bama not getting a bye if they win the SEC.
So would they be in front of the Ohio State Indiana loser? If it's Indiana, yes. If it's Ohio State, I'm not certain.
No, they would not be ahead of either one of them.
I don't think either one of them. Yeah, I think those 2 are locked.
I don't know.
I think Texas Tech is probably locked, and then I think Bama. I mean, because they're going to beat A&M or Georgia.
Right, so that would knock them out.
Well, they've already beat Georgia. So let's just say A&M wins and Alabama wins, and Alabama beats Texas A&M. Then you've beaten You
and you're the
Texas
champion.
A&M and Georgia, and you're the champion. But I don't think you would rise above the loser of the Ohio State-Indiana game if both of those are unbeaten.
No, but those are still 1-2. Let's say Texas Tech is 3, and then I think.
No, I think SEC champion would be 3.
Okay, well, I'm saying it as the 4, but yeah, I mean, see them how you want, but I'm just saying those. In my opinion, if Texas Tech wins out, Ohio State, Indiana loser would be one of the buys, and then I think the SEC champs got it.
I mean, this shouldn't be an issue, but that is jumping a lot of teams. But here's why it shouldn't be an issue. Alabama lost a game Saturday at home and dropped 6 spots. So there's really no reason to say, well, winning a game in Atlanta over a better team, there's no reason you can't jump 6 spots, right? And if one loss drops you 6, why can one win not jump you 6?
And you would gradually move up a little bit, you would think, if you win at Auburn.
How so?
Just by it's a road win. You now earn your way into the SEC championship game.
So you think if Alabama beats Auburn next week and Notre Dame wins both theirs, they'll jump Notre Dame on the strength of the win at Auburn?
I do.
Really?
I do.
See, I do not.
I do.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great news
if
for Alabama.
If Alabama beats Auburn and earns their way into the SEC championship game, they will be ahead of Notre Dame.
So Notre Dame's got Syracuse and Stanford, I believe.
Yeah. 35 points and 35 points.
Yeah, it may as well be. Stanford's awful. I mean, that's two terrible wins. I don't disagree with you, and I value a win at Auburn much more than a win over Syracuse and Stanford. I just didn't know you thought the committee did. That's interesting that they would jump Alabama.
I think but again, it's that you've now earned your way into the SEC championship game.
Yes.
That's another thing Notre Dame wouldn't have, and that would put. I mean, I really believe Notre Dame and Alabama were that close in the room.
Oh yeah, they had to be.
Yeah, so that's the advantage of Alabama winning.
Well,
but what's crazy
and earning the
is
spot in the championship game will put them back ahead of Notre Dame.
We are in the middle of Week 13 right now, and I think realistically, of the 16 teams that can get in right now, I think 12 can lose their way out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy over these next 2 or 3 weeks.
As they say, a lot of football left to play. Meanwhile, at Auburn, DJ Durkin talking yesterday after practice. We've already talked about the quarterback situation. LT, tell us about Twin Peaks, and then I want you to hear DJ Durkin talking about whether or not he has had a conversation about staying through the bowl game, signing day, blah, 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 even if he's not the head coach.
Twin Peaks, great place to go watch all of the action this weekend from college football, the NFL. They've got Sunday Ticket, of course, and no one does happy hour like our friends at Twin Peaks, home of the signature 29-degree draft. Ours all the way up to 41. We might need to check this refrigeration in here, but there's 29 degrees, going strong, served in 3D with the Twin Peak girls running around all over the place. Lunch or dinner, get in all weekend. Check out that happy hour from our friends at Twin Peaks.
Postseason, DJ Durkin, have you talked to John Cohen about that?
Have you given any kind of verbal agreement or anything that you're going to hang around until things are settled, whether it's through a bowl game or through sign day or anything like that?
We're trying to go 1-0. Our focus is to go 1-0, go win this game on Saturday, and that's everyone's focus in the entire building.
1-0. Never heard a coach say that.
Wow.
We're just trying to go 1-0 this week. I mean, I don't know DJ Durkin. I
think he believes he's getting the job.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's probably a good mindset to have, though.
I believe if he doesn't think he's getting the job, I think thinks he's going to be the highest paid defensive coordinator in the SEC.
It's not a bad place to be.
To be the DC at Auburn.
Well, I think, too, he's been a head coach before, and it wasn't great. I think he was 10-15 at Maryland. He was not fired necessarily because of his own field.
We have learned how difficult that job is.
He was building at Maryland.
He was building, and who knows if it would have worked out or not. I have my doubts, but who knows? Maryland's not a great job. But I think when you operate as an interim coach, a lot of times it helps you in a future. You know, people will go back and see how he handled himself to the media. How did his sideline look? Did they look, organized? How did his team play for him? Did his players play up for him? And I think all those things help you in the future. Like if DJ Durkin's ever up for another job, even if he doesn't get this one, the way he performs here, I think will help him down the road.
I would agree. Yeah.
All right. Before we hit the song one more time, to get everybody's picks and look at the standings, I want to remind you that the show is being brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision LT. Wonderful folks there who While you were gone, we were talking about how it's changed your life. When we first met you, you couldn't even see us standing in front of you.
That was it, man. I was
Brown, is that you?
legally blind without the aid of those contacts. Conveniently located UAB Highlands. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Make sure you ask for Amy. Make sure you tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a absolutely free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call that I made more than 2 decades ago, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Pick three, it's time for the pick three. 3 for you and 3 for me, that equals a pick three. Say goodbye to your family, it's time for the pick three. Only time that I'm happy is when it's time for pick three.
Our pick 3 to Buffalo Wild Wings pick 6. It is the ultimate meal for 2. 2 entrees, 2 sides, 2 drinks. Only $19.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. You can pick between the boneless wings, any of those 26 sauces and seasonings, spicy sauced or grilled crispy chicken dippers, hand smashed, double stacked All-American cheeseburgers with sides of fries, tots, and potato wedges. Pick 6 meal for 2. Participating locations get in all weekend long right there. Our friends at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right. NextRoundLive.com. NextRoundLive.com. You can play all the way up next 24 hours, all the way to 11 o'clock Central tomorrow. Try to go 3-0. 3-0 gets your name in the bucket, a ball in the bucket, and the drawing at the end for a grand prize. Listen, you don't have to win a bunch of balls. You just need 1 ball in the bucket. So even if you haven't played the first 12 weeks of this, it's okay. You can play today, this weekend. You can play next weekend. Just go 3-0 one time, you got a chance to win. More balls in the bucket, though, better chance of winning. I got a couple in there. A lot of people got a couple in there. Here's the standings right now on our show. LT's been killing it. On fire. I think it started like 5 weeks ago. You started climbing up. You were like in 4th place, and then you
late closer.
I think you started to get serious.
What was I last week? Was I 2-1 or 3-0? I don't even know.
Yeah. It was either 2-1 or 3-0. That's all you've been lately.
I assume I'm 1-2 every week, Lance.
You were 4th.
You were 2-1 last week.
Okay.
You were 4th, and then it was like, I'm gonna start taking this serious. And you started taking it serious, and now
Texas was your miss last week.
Now you're 22-14.
Yeah.
22-14.
Well, hey, we've been hot at Lance's lock, smoking it right now.
That's where it matters the most. Yes.
Forsher's been about 2 over 500 for a while now. Brooks is right there even, much better at this game than he is upset alert. You're better on Friday than you are Tuesday, Brooks.
Yeah. The opposite of Brown.
Listen, I apologize. I'm either 3-0 or 0-3. 3-0, 0-3, and then there's Brown, who pours all of his energy into Tuesdays. 12-24. I mean, Brown, you're like an FCS team resting their players at Auburn.
By the time we get to Friday, I'm barely paying attention, Jim.
Yeah, by the time you do your picks at 11:15,
that's right.
You are already packing up the equipment on a road show.
We've checked her out.
He's filing up his golf tees.
I'm already on the driving range in my mind there, Jim.
All right, let's go with mine first, since I'm next to last, and then we'll do yours, Brownie. Work our way to Brooks and LT, and then we'll say LT last since he's winning.
He's number 1.
I'm going to ride. I'm trying to think if I'll watch any of these games. I'll watch the Cincinnati game. That'll be it. I'm going to ride with Air Force plus 3.5.
The Force.
I like Air Force there. You know, Space Force doesn't have a team.
Not yet.
Yet.
It's
Coast Guard does.
Coast Guard
Merchant
does.
Marines. Yeah. Air Force plus 3.5. I like Cincinnati plus 2.5 at home to get BYU out of the conversation. And then I like Penn State minus 7.5. Think they found a little something playing for whatever they're playing for. Those are my 3: Air Force, Cincinnati, and Penn State.
I am going to go with Virginia Tech in game number 1 plus the 18.5. Here's my thinking there. James Franklin. Well, first of all, Mario Cristobal late in a season with must-win games. That's always a plus for the opponent there. That's number 1.
Temperature below 78 degrees.
Below 78 degrees. That's number 2. And number 3, James Franklin in the stadium. So you got a lot of Virginia Tech players like, Coach, look at me. Look at me, Coach. Watch me run this ball, Coach. I'll be a stud for us. I just messed up my horse's tail, but I like SMU minus the 2.5. And the Big C, little O CKS, trying to lock down that spot in this Conference USA Championship game. They're a pick 'em. It's actually 1, but the way we play the game, I get it at a pick. Down at FIU. So give me Virginia Tech, SMU, and JSU.
What? I like all 3
Opponents,
the other side of that.
Why are you picking against the Big C, little OCKS?
I think they actually lose the game outright. FIU, right?
Yeah, FIU.
Yeah, right.
4-4 FIU.
4-4 FIU.
I think they lose the game.
5-5 FIU.
Lose the game outright on the
Okay.
road.
Right.
I'm not cheering for it.
I would hope not.
I just think that's what happens.
I would hope not.
Look ahead spot with Western Kentucky next week.
It's a big game next week.
It really is.
Bigger if you lose this one.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts. Let's go Brooks next, and then we'll do the laughing AI, and then the guy who's been nailing the picks. Brooks, what do you have?
Admittedly, I forgot to write mine down.
It's okay.
But
verbal works.
Well, we were on the road last week, so I just texted them to Brown, so I kind of forgot to write them down. I actually love the Jacksonville State pick. I was on them last week. They run the ball exceptionally well. I've got them. I did +1.5. I guess I was looking at it. Where did you get your pick at, Brian?
I'll have to go back and look. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I'm getting +1.5.
Spoiler alert, I also have them at -1.5.
Jack State -1.5 or
Yes,
FIU?
1.5. Yes,
I saw
JSU -1.
Yeah, they're -1.5. Or I saw them at -1. That's why I played it as a pick. So we just need a universal number here. Are we going to play it as a pick?
Well, you got 2 out of 3 saying 1.5, so I got JSU -1.5.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll play it Forrester's way since it is in animation.
All right, 1.5.
1.5 is the way you're playing it. -1.5.
Yeah, and then I have Southern Miss, who is only -1.5 at South Alabama.
I thought that was a weird point spread. South Alabama is atrocious.
Yes, they have 2 league wins, and they're both against the 2 worst teams in the Sun Belt. Southern Miss dropped an egg last week, first conference loss. They had like 3 turnovers, got beat down at Texas State. I think they bounced back and won this one by definitely more than 2 points. So that's I got that one, and then I like Arkansas +9.5.
Yeah. So that when Southern Miss in South Alabama, have you learned anything about lines like that? When you see something that looks so crazy like that,
if it doesn't make sense, it makes sense. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah. Run away.
Run away.
Yeah. That's a don't play it for me.
Buddy, I mean, I looked at it too, and I'm like, Southern Miss has been pretty good this year, and South Alabama's terrible. Major Applewhite's been awful.
I'm 2-0 when I picked Southern Miss this year. So
there you go.
I think Lance is telling us we're going to feel that way next week about the Iron Bowl line too. We're going to be all going, how is Alabama only 5.5?
Well, I take a Dunaway approach. I haven't picked Alabama all year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saving it for next week.
That's right. Save it for the Iron Bowl.
Let's have fun with animation with Forrester. What's your pick, Forrester, as you try to chase Lance down?
All right, I think Brooks cheated off of me here.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Well, the guy that doesn't write it down, that happens sometimes.
I've got Jack State -1.5, Southern Miss -1.5, and then I've got Kentucky bringing Vanderbilt to their knees. +8.5, Wildcats.
That last one is fantastic. You've even got, you know what the best part about that is?
I can't really tell the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
The best part about it is you've got Mark Stoops wearing, I have noticed this, that same gray hat, which is a terrible looking hat.
Yeah, he does.
Every single game. He never changes it. Same gray hat every single game.
Good luck. It's going to get him bowl eligible, maybe.
They're 6-6.
I mean, they did. They got, technically, they could end up 7-5. With a win over Louisville.
And guess what?
Oh, he's back at SEC Media Days next year.
Guess what? Mark Pope is stinking up the joint, so you know who's paying attention to this 7-5 right now, Dunaway? Not a soul up there. They're all, you know what they're frustrated about? Mark Pope.
Tell me about your picks, LT.
Oregon.
I hate to do it, but USC on the road is so different. Oregon's defense is so good. Their offense isn't good. I think USC's got a path to victory, but I think if they played this thing 10 times, Oregon wins 8.
Who's got the best uniform in that game?
USC.
Yeah,
not even
road
close.
white.
Who's got the best fight song in that game?
6-4, 8-2, TCU at Houston. I think Josh Hoover bounce back game. They got physically beaten down by BYU, but I like TCU in the spot +1.5. And then Pitt, Pat Narduzzi. Look. You got to back it up. You can say, hey, we can lose 100-0. It wasn't 100-0. It was pretty bad, 37-15 to Notre Dame. These are the games you've got to win now. I think Pittsburgh will, with their run defense, slows Haynes King down on the ground, makes him rely on his arm. I like Pittsburgh +2.5.
In the office pool where I have to pick 28 games I don't choose, I picked all 3 of those that way there. I like all of those.
How are you doing this year?
Since I've gone back to my old method, I've been really good the last 3 weeks.
I like old method Dunaway. Yeah.
I went back to just being a contrarian.
Where'd you learn that?
Well, there's one website that I look at, and
where did you learn that?
I don't care what it is. I mean, even if it's 5149, I'm like, 51? I'm going with the 49, man. I'm going with the 49.
Where did you learn that?
Yeah. And I don't win them all, but I win a lot more than me just picking who I think's going to win.
It's a good system, isn't it?
Yeah, this Oregon game's actually really split.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There were a lot of them that way this week.
There were. I know this USC team. I really do. I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, I think Washington. It seemed like the Washington game
Washington was 50-50. UCLA, yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of them.
Texas, Arkansas.
Texas, Arkansas was. I was like, God, I don't even know what to do now.
Yeah, it's a tough card this week.
Yeah,
we do have some minor coaching news.
Okay, is it? Can we say it after Inverness Country
Club? You certainly can.
Okay.
It is not Lane Kiffin, so don't everybody get excited about this one. Or John Summerall.
Inverness Country Club, and then some coaching news to talk about.
They have memberships that fit everyone at the Inverness Country Club. Maybe you relocated or retired. Great place to network is the Inverness Country Club. Social membership, golf membership, just a great place to hang out. Best days actually happen there. Did you know that you don't have to be a member in order to hold an event at Inverness? Inverness can hold anything between golf tournaments, corporate meetings, wedding receptions, anything in between. To take a tour and to inquire more on that, you can call Erin today. Tell her the next round sent you, 205-991-8608. That's 205-991-8608 or online, ICCalabama.com.
The school has, this not even reports, the school has announced that Dave Aranda is returning for another season at Baylor. And I am, in a sense, I'm not surprised. Their athletic department's apparently a mess right now. Their AD is out of a gig.
Yeah, officially removed yesterday.
Yeah, so you don't have an AD, which the AD is not the guy picking the coach anyway. It's the power booster. But maybe they just looked at this landscape and like, boy, with a lot of people looking for coaches right now, we're already down the pecking order there. And now a coach doesn't know the AD he'll be working with. This is probably not the best time for us to be hiring a coach.
I kind of liked Baylor on the road in Tucson this week.
Now how do you feel about it?
Now I feel better.
Yeah.
I really do, yeah.
They have been getting blasted lately, though, Lance.
I am interested to see Sawyer Robertson. Like, does that affect his decision whether to move on or not?
5-5 Baylor can become bowl eligible with a win against Arizona.
Yeah.
Who's 7-3 by the way.
Yeah, I know.
That coach has done a heck of a job.
Brian Brennan's done a really good job there.
Heck of a job.
That's a tough job.
What, Arizona?
Yeah,
I agree. I wonder what the Baylor job. I mean, like, it's not going to be up with LSU or Florida or Auburn.
Baylor's a good job.
I think it ought to be a pretty good job. You got some money there. Big 12's winnable if you're at Baylor.
Which is why I was surprised they didn't make a move.
Chip Brown told us. Now,
I mean, Baylor or Wisconsin, not even close, right?
Oh, I'd 100% take Baylor over
Wisconsin. I mean, Wisconsin's Big 10, I still would take Baylor.
But, Chip Brown told us years ago when Texas was in the Big 12 that Baylor had the best facilities in the Big 12. And that was even when Texas was in there.
Yeah.
I've seen their facilities. They didn't blow me away.
My Auburn friends who went to the game to start off the season, the comfort of the stadium.
It's a cool stadium.
They said it's really nice. It's small.
Yeah.
It looks bigger on TV than it really is in person, but it's because everybody's got chair back seats and all of that, so it's not as packed in there. He goes, it was wonderful as far as a fan enjoying a contest.
But I mean,
it was great.
I walked in their indoor facility when I was out there once, and I mean, like their facilities don't blow me away, but I specifically went and looked at them because I remember vividly Chip saying, this is when Texas was in the Big 12 now. Chip saying Baylor has got the best facilities in the Big 12. And I was like, there is no way they're better than Texas. So I don't know. I think that'd be a pretty appealing job, second tier on the market.
USC Oregon back on the field here quickly. Lincoln Riley, cut 9, Tyler, getting asked how it feels, and this is one of those questions that you can just take as an insult. So, Coach, what does it feel like playing meaningful games in November?
How satisfying is it to be playing meaningful football in the middle to end of November?
This is what I'm used to, man. Like this is what I'm used to. So it's good to be right there again, no question. Just the ride and the journey with this team's been really fun, and we got a long ways to go. So it's the time of year I enjoy the most. So it's good to be in the hunt, and it's good to have a team like this that you believe in, and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. By the way, USC fans they're kind of used to being in the hunt too. Thanks, Lincoln, for finally getting us back there.
It's been a while. Like his first year though, and it wasn't a very good team, but you guys remember Caleb Williams ended up tweaking his hamstring, but they were up on Utah in the first half. If they win that game, they go on, and they're in the college football playoff, 14 playoff back then, all his years at Oklahoma. So, sans the 2 years in between, I mean, Lincoln Riley's still a good coach. I mean, there's a little element that's missing. I know a lot of people don't like him. I think he's done a pretty good job here. Again, the losses are quality losses, a walk-off against Illinois and Champaign, and then, they blew it in the fourth quarter on the road against Notre Dame. But if they beat Oregon, they're going to be in the college football playoff, which is a pretty good accomplishment. I don't think they can do anything with it.
But if you're right and they lose to Oregon, here's the other side of that: 11-3, 8-5, 7-6. They would still beat UCLA, I would think. So 9-3, no playoffs. I mean, that's 4 years at USC.
Tough.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be tough for USC fans to swallow right there, I think, in 4 years.
Now, I don't know if you guys remember, though, Klatt said, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, this is probably the lowest they're going to be on talent because of the way he's recruiting right now, and they've got NIL dialed in.
Do you think he's back?
Chad Bowden's done a really good job as the director of operations / general manager. I think he'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, he could take LSU, but
I think you weren't asking if he's going to get fired.
No, not fired.
Yeah, no, he won't
going to go somewhere
yeah.
else.
Yeah. I'd be surprised.
USC fans like him a little bit.
But, I mean, again, now I'm assuming he would do it. I don't know if he would do it. But if indeed you brought up that the betting odds were Kenny Dillingham at LSU, I mean, I hire Lincoln Riley 100 times before I hire Kenny Dillingham.
Oh, yeah.
But I would guess
Dillingham's going to
be Riley wouldn't do it.
That is going to be a disaster.
There's no way that's the hire.
I don't think so.
There is no way.
Again, if you're just tuning in, the odds-on favorite right now, but it's only plus 300, is Kenny Dillingham to LSU. I haven't heard any of that at all. I don't think you guys have heard that.
Not one bit. And there's no way that's their hire.
I don't think so.
No way that's their hire.
He just agreed to a contract extension at Arizona State. I don't know if it's been signed or anything like that, but just a few weeks ago.
I would go Joe Brady before I go Kenny Dillingham.
Ooh, stock dropping. If you've broken Josh Allen and the Bills,
it's not ideal.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for a job.
No, and that's the thing. I mean, you're right. I mean, Joe Brady, like they're 7-4, but you've got, in my opinion, the best football player maybe in the world in Josh Allen.
Yeah. It ain't working.
Yeah, bad time to be looking for a job if you're Joe Brady. And especially when Brian Dable is out there.
God, how good were Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase? They made Joe Brady look like the best offensive coach that's ever lived.
Yeah.
And he has never lived up to that again.
Do you remember the guy who was sitting next to Joe Brady in the press box?
It was Steve Ensminger. Yeah. So you're saying that was all Ensminger and Brady got all the credit?
I think it was the talent.
No, it was talent, but Ensminger.
Where's Steve Ensminger now?
Was able to control some of that. While you look for that, Brownie, and that Dan Lanning, I have not seen how he answers this, but this is another potential, like asking Lincoln Riley if it's good to be coaching meaningful games in November again, sort of an insult because you haven't been doing it. When you ask Dan Lanning if he echoes what Kirby Smart preaches about physicality. Dan, you coached with Kirby. Are you like Kirby?
Dan, Kirby spoke quite a bit over the last week about physicality, the importance of it there. Obviously, you've instilled a lot of that in the culture here. How much do you echo a lot of that sentiment? But also, do you feel that when there were questions about joining the Big Ten and whether this program and the West Coast program is going to be up to the physicality of this league, that you've gone about answering those questions in particular because of the culture that you've gone about instilling?
Yeah, I don't think you can be a good football team and not be physical. And there's just certain things that have to happen at practice, certain things you have to train for it to show up. You know, you're not going to become a good tackling team if you don't tackle at practice. You're not going to be good at blocking if you don't do, full tilt boogie when it comes to blocking and shedding blocks. Like those things have to happen at practice for you to do it. As far as answering questions, we'll just let our play, kind of speak for that. I think we've done a good job in that category.
Full tilt boogie.
Full tilt boogie.
Boy, I want them to miss the playoffs again.
By the way, can I pop that picture back up for me? How awesome would it be to inside your office to have a smoothie bar? You can just walk in and say, "Hey, give me this."
What's the logo though, or is it just say Dan Lanning on it?
On the smoothie?
It probably says Coach. Yeah. I mean, that's not. He didn't buy that.
That's not Planet Smoothie. That's their just
that would
facility.
Be incredible. To have a nutritionist right there and you get anything you want.
Yeah.
I heard on Sirius XM, Cutter Boley was, and this is this way for everyone. Obviously, if it's at Kentucky, everyone's got this. But he was talking about the food they get there. He was like, well, for instance, I'm about to go in and eat lunch, but I wanted a snack before I did this interview, so I just had the best BLT sandwich I've ever had.
A snack,
toasted white with mayonnaise, very crisp lettuce, bacon, and tomato. He said. And
now, did he bring up that he had to sneak in the basketball facility to get that?
No.
I had to move away out of the way.
And they do a great job. He goes, hey, Steaks, you can get steaks anytime, lunch, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. He goes, but I love getting a steak and the pasta that goes with it.
This is why, like some of these guys that are tweeners, why you don't stay another year in college and make really good NIL money just to enjoy. I mean, because you don't have these amenities in the NFL. Some organizations do.
Have y'all heard the story? It's a mutual friend of ours that played at Augusta National, and he ate in the clubhouse the night before in the dining room. And he's there, obviously, with the group he's playing with. They stayed in the cabin. They eat dinner the night before at Augusta National. And the waiter comes up and says, sir, what will you be having tonight? And he goes, I am so sorry. We've been sitting here having drinks, talking. I haven't looked at the menu. And he goes, oh, no, sir, what will you be having?
Yeah.
Whatever
you want.
There is no menu. Wow. And he's like,
pork and beans?
He's like, is this serious? And they're like, yeah, just order what you want. I mean, how insane is that?
That's crazy.
Mexican pizza from Taco Bell.
I mean, I'm a redneck from Calhoun County.
You want your son dropping your Twix?
I bet you they got it.
That is fantastic. All right, a lot more football to get to. Just a couple internet coaching rumors. I have not seen this reported anywhere of note, but is it possible that Gus Malzahn interviewed or talked to the Arkansas folks about that head coaching job? There's no way, right?
They're at the bottom of the barrel, if so. I don't know.
Oof.
I mean, Gus at UCF was very mid. Would you guys give me that?
Yeah.
And then Gus as Florida State offensive coordinator outside of one game has been what?
Not good. I mean, it's been very, very average. Rhett Lashley, I can understand that. I can't understand Gus at all.
Yeah. Rhett, of course, is one of those guys that have re-upped at SMU, so he's out of the mix there. It'll be interesting to see where Arkansas goes for a head coach.
I would go Eric Morris. Because I think
North Texas for those.
Mestemaker is a quarterback that could come over with you. I didn't realize it. Mestemaker's first start was bowl game last year, the end of his true freshman year.
Yeah.
So he's a redshirt freshman. But that was his first start since his freshman year of high school.
Holy
crap. He
crap.
didn't start sophomore, junior, senior year in high school. Just was a walk on.
And one of the leading passers in the nation.
Yeah, and he's good, man.
Yeah.
But he's gotten really big. So, and Eric Morris, former Texas Tech player, I think that would be an interesting hire because I think he brings him with him.
I think I'd go Alex Golish if I were them. I mean, I think now's the time. I mean, I know this year hasn't gone. They play UAB Saturday. They're about a 3-touchdown favorite. And it's now become relatively meaningless. They've played their way out of the American. But if you believe this guy 2 weeks ago was one of the best coaches on that level, I don't think 1 or 2 losses is going to change that. You're buying his system.
Yeah,
that's right.
You're not buying what he did at South Florida.
You're buying the Josh Heupel system.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you may look at that and say, I don't know. I don't know about that system, and that's fine. But I think that's what you're buying with him.
The folks who cover Oklahoma State, and much like the DeBoer conversation with Penn State, people put out boards, hot boards, wish list, big boards. Kane Wommack's name has popped up on the Oklahoma State boards as far as,
My surprise there, Kane's obviously got the experience at South Alabama, which they were pretty good. My surprise there, though, is he's a defensive guy. I think they've always seemed to hire kind of the offensive guy.
Yeah, they have, and maybe they're like, we want to go a different route.
Maybe so. Bit of a change, bit of a departure.
And he would obviously take that job, and he's done in my opinion, he's done a hell of a job. I know a lot of people are indifferent on Kane, but I think the defense was really good at the end of last year. I think it's been what's carried the team this year.
You think he would take that job?
I think he would take that job.
Wow. See,
yeah.
I was going to ask you guys. That's what I wrote down. Do you think Kane would even take that job?
I think he would.
I'm going to look up. At South, he was 5-7, 10-3, 7-6. So I maybe gave him a touch too much credit, 22-16.
That's not bad. Look at what Major's doing right now.
I know. Major Applewhite's been terrible. But, I mean, when you leave a head coaching job to take a coordinator job, I mean, it shows you that you're going to be pretty picky about the head. You do that to get a good head coaching job.
That's my point, Brownie. 2 reasons. One, the respect he had for Kalen DeBoer. You wanted to be, to help him out in this transition, this situation. And 2, knowing that if I do a good job at Alabama, that I'm going to get an opportunity to maybe move faster to that job than to coaching up from South Alabama.
Because I think he could probably stop and think, I could have gotten the Oklahoma State job as the South Alabama head coach.
Right.
Like if I had success at South, that's the exact type of job I would get. I came to Alabama to get better than that.
That's the way I think.
Yeah.
I still think Oklahoma State's a good job.
Maybe it is.
Not great. I think it's good.
Yeah. It's a Big 12 job. Means you could win the league or you could finish last.
Again, just being mentioned in one of those boards that you throw out anytime you have an opening of guys we'd love to look at.
Well, who gets a job first, Grubb or Wommack?
I would have said Grubb several weeks ago, the way the offense was playing, but and it's not that Alabama's offense is playing bad, but
I still think coaches who watch games love Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer's system. And, I mean, you saw it last week against a really elite defense, how many open receivers they still had. With 0 run game, the open receivers against a really good defense, they just couldn't get the ball to them.
Yeah. Well, my issue there is the 0 run game.
Yeah.
What you going to do for me in the run game? Yeah. Somebody in the chat room here mentions it's Mr. B, Ryan Silverfield for Arkansas. You want to talk about a stock that has dropped of late?
He was in the mix.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if he is anymore.
Memphis of late has they've hit the skids.
Yeah, and I don't think he's done a good job at Memphis. I really don't.
You didn't like him before they lost to UAB and Tulane. And
I picked him to be in the playoffs, and I still would tell you I didn't think he's done a good job because the guys before him have won better and more than he has at Memphis. All right, that's a little college football conversation. If you're an Ole Miss fan, I know you're sitting on pins and needles waiting to see what happens today post-Kiffin Carter meeting in the summit there over in Oxford. When we come back, we will get to trash. We'll talk with Louder Stadium, Neyland or Bryant Denny. John Mateer gives an answer. And who gets eliminated this weekend and the biggest impact game results. Show being brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com. Go ahead and jump down there on Highway 119 and enjoy a great lunch. Don't forget happy hour tonight, date night. It's a destination lunch location on Highway 119 in Alabaster. champyschicken.com. Go see Sterling and the crew and tell them the next round guys sent you.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt? Can't work? Don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new Chicken and Bowberry Waffles, the bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a Bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles, which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try Chicken and Bowberry Waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
As we roll on, final segment of the show today. Brought to you by our friends at New York Butcher. Hey, Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. New York Butcher, I've done this twice.
I've got a dilemma. I'll let you go ahead and I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing.
I've done it twice, and it's fantastic. And one year, we are so blessed in our country that I get to go to Mentone with family, and there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of food. But because we work, I leave immediately to come back. So one year, wasn't last year, it was the year before last, I went on and did the New York Butcher's Thanksgiving, so I had Thanksgiving leftovers for Friday and Saturday at my house. So my wife stayed up there at Mentone because I don't get the leftovers because I leave.
Yeah.
So I did that with New York Butcher 2 years ago. It was great. I've done it twice. It is a great Thanksgiving meal.
So last night, I picked up steaks from the New York Butcher. We did side of mushrooms, side of sweet potatoes. Great meal. And I started thinking to myself, we're going to have kind of a light shift at my house. There's not going to be a lot of people. So I might just do steaks this year. But you can do the steaks, or you can pick up the turkeys, all natural turkeys from Joyce Farms, free range from fresh smoked brine. You can order yours today. Not only that, the great chef-prepared side dishes from the cornbread dressing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, giblet gravy, and homemade cranberry sauce. Fantastic desserts like the pecan pie, apple cobbler, pumpkin pie, peach cobbler. Don't wait until the last minute. Call Jim and that great staff. Get your dinner celebration planned out today. Cabo Heights location original, 205-970-7300. Greystone, 205-703-8825. Rare quality, well-done service. It's our friends at the New York Butcher Shop.
Apparently, Chris Lowe was on with Mac and Cube earlier this morning over with our friends at Jocks 94.5. And deep into the conversation, they asked about DeBoer and Penn State and that conversation that's going on. And according to those that have heard it, that are sending us the messages, if you listen to it, safe to say there's nothing to worry about there.
Well, I would say it's a pretty good source on DeBoer.
Yeah, Chris Lowe is as connected as
pretty
there is
tight
to come.
Yeah.
So pretty much what we were saying earlier, but it makes you feel better if it's coming from Chris Lowe there. All right.
Now we'll see if he loses to Auburn.
That is what is always included in the messages that are being sent to us. Now, check back in about 10 days.
It's going to be a disaster.
By the way, UAB at home tonight in basketball. South Alabama, UAB, 6:30 down at Bartow. A couple other big games. 3 o'clock on Peacock today, Wisconsin and BYU. If you want to see A.J. DeBonsa. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Is that close?
That's the way I've heard it said.
Yeah, very close.
Texas Tech and Purdue play each other tonight, 8:30 on CBS Sports Network. And Brownie was looking at KenPom. Man, Alabama's got to be number 1, 2, or 3 in KenPom.
Why would you say that?
Because they beat St. John's true road game, and they beat Illinois in a neutral site game.
St. John's is 16 in KenPom, Illinois 7.
Where's Alabama?
18. It's kind of weird. They're behind St. John's. If only we had seen that game. St. John's scored.
Too early for that. Alabama-Auburn next games Monday out at the Eras, where it'll be a bunch of really good teams playing a bunch of basketball in a few games. All right, let's get to real quick, John Mateer. Louder Stadium. He played back-to-back games at Neyland and at Bryant Denny. Who do you think John Mateer says is the louder stadium?
It'll be interesting to see if this changed in game. So you were at the game, you did not hear this. Holly Rowe is reporting. I'm sorry, Jim. Jim went back and watched the game, everybody, so he saw this. It's always important to point that out. Holly Rowe.
It was a night game, though, at Neyland, right? I think it was.
It was a night game at Neyland.
It was a night game
and
prime time.
Kind of ended up winning the game going away. I'm going to say he says Bryant Denny just because of the back and forth.
Well, Holly Rowe reports, that they had said how crazy it was at Neyland. he got on the sidelines and somebody asked him, "Is it louder than Tennessee?" And he said, "No. Back up to you guys." So that was what Holly said on the sidelines.
That is the report that he said that Neyland is louder.
Okay,
than
I've
Bryant
always
Denny.
thought Neyland was much louder, but just because you brought it up, I thought it might.
Yeah, I'd say I think Neyland is louder too. Bryant Denny's gotten much louder over the years, but just the way it's designed. And by the way, talking to fan bases that have come in now this year, Wisconsin and Oklahoma fans, they're always amazed at how good Bryant Denny looks. And the Oklahoma folks who were here the last time, their band director was here the last time. I was talking to him pregame on the field, the Oklahoma band director, and he's like, "Oh, they've added some buildings here since we came in, what was it, 2003?"
God, that was 03, I think.
They added a town.
Yeah, really. They built an entire city.
And I said, well, one thing I love about Bryant Denny, they've done all these expansions, but it looks like the stadium was built this way, right? It doesn't look like it was pieced together.
Yeah,
it looks like it was built this way from the beginning, designed this way. You don't get that at a lot of stadiums there, but
you know what's
still
crazy?
can't get away from the fact that the 50-yard lines are so far away at Bryant Denny. Molly McGrath actually on her social media, Brown, she goes, "I'm do so many games now at Bryant Denny Stadium. This has become my favorite place to cover a game." And she talked about how much space there is. You don't get this at a lot of stadiums behind the benches for the reporters and the camera guys to walk around.
Yeah, but it makes for a worse home environment.
That also makes for the crowd not being as much on top of you.
What is it capacity 106,000?
At Bryant Denny?
Yeah.
No, it's down to 101 now. They've shrunk it some.
Right at 101.
But it's crazy. You're sitting in SoFi, 70,000. SoFi looks so much bigger than any of these other stadiums.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like you go to Mercedes-Benz, it feels massive, and it's only like 65, 70,000.
Yeah. I wonder if that's chairback seating.
Maybe, and it's 5 levels and the huge ribbon and everything. But I mean, it just looks like biggest thing in the world.
Well, like Jerry World is smaller than Bryant Denny. You go in freaking that stadium in Dallas,
Looks huge.
It looks massive.
Just to fit the big TV in.
Yeah.
Let's do trash. Tyler, hit it, man.
I do not want anything that carries the Starbucks logo on this church property. You hear me? That is Lilith 1,000%. I've studied it. It is a demon. It is sexual deviance. I am done with I've been done with Starbucks for a long time. It's communist coffee anyhow. You can go and drink a gallon of Starbucks today. That's fine. Don't you bring in cups in this room. If I see it, I'm going to tell you to take it out. You hear me? I'm telling you, that company is not only one of the most godless companies on the planet, they are full-blown 1,000% a witch's coven. I promise you it's the facts.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Weekend is here. Pick up some delicious Bud Light. We start first with rapper Eminem. He has sued Australian beach brand Swim Shady, arguing the company's name is way too similar to his trademark alter ego Slim Shady. Now, real name Marshall B. Mathers III filed a complaint with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in September requesting it cancel the Swim Shady trademark it granted to the company just days prior.
I think I got to go Eminem here.
I think I do too.
I think he's got a case on this.
Yeah,
one.
in the legal filing, Eminem's lawyers have alleged that the brand's moniker creates a, quote, false association with the rapper. American law requires the company to respond to the petition by next week. The company was originally launched under the name Slim Shade. According to the BBC, it was later rebranded to Swim Shady and officially launched its business in Australia in December of 2024.
Yeah, first of all, you started with Swim Shade, which is what it is.
Slim Shade.
Okay, Slim Shade.
Yeah.
No. You're saying you
Scott just came up with a fantastic business idea.
Yeah, but you made this switch after your original idea to.
That's right. It's a Swim Shade. Well, let's call it Swim Shady.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you're saying.
So 100% I agree with Slim Shady.
Yeah, and he
here.
trademarked Slim Shady back in 1999 originally. What is Scott's idea?
Well, we could have a diet chocolate milk. Call it Skim Shady.
Shady, that's
absolutely.
Right. I think so.
Yep.
We're going to get sued.
Yep. And my best friend in college was Shep Shady.
You can just say it's inspired by your friend.
That's right.
And then we'll come up with like a story about how he always used to love chocolate milk.
Shady did?
Yeah.
Like
do you think he ever heard that song though in his life? Shep Shady.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
With a real Shep Shady.
Another dumbass world record has been broken. Like, longest motorcycle jump, I can get behind something like this. But a devoted dad made his kid's dream come true by becoming a world record breaker. Martin Strobe of Sweden said his 2 kids were flicking through the pages of the Guinness World Records when they confessed it would be so cool to see dad there. Martin, 42, officially claimed the title for the most matches held in his nose in August with a total of 81, far surpassing the record of 68.
More interesting if they have to be lit.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Get
You
that
gotta do
little robot teddy bear that was telling people how to light matches. Light this old man up.
And the scar above his left eye, right eye on your screen, did he fail at a different Guinness Book record to get that scar?
Yeah,
Dude, he's got Carl Malden's nose.
That's a big old nose. Now, I know it's stretched a little bit because all the matches stuck up in it. But
he told his kids of the dream, quote, "At first I thought I'm not good enough at all to be anything best in the world, but after my kids showed me the different world records, I began thinking I might be able to break one of these. I've got a shot. I have to find a suitable one." And that's why he decided to go matches in nostrils. I mean, this stuff is dumb.
It really is, yeah.
Hey, by the way, Dad, while you've got 1,000, will you throw some deuces, though? You look cool while you've got the matches in your nose. Throw some deuces.
Now we're going to frame the shot, so I'm going to only see one of the deuces. But
last time you guys remember somebody stealing an ATM.
I do remember this, and it perhaps was a trash story.
Several trash stories over the years.
I just remember Jesse Pinkman, Breaking Bad. You remember the ATM?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah. I think in a trash story, somebody backed up.
We've seen a few of them.
Yeah, well, they
when we did Ram commercials, it was a Ram truck back.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it might have been. Man is behind bars after being accused of stealing a forklift as well as an ATM early Monday morning, according to the Tallahassee police. Joshua Hidalgo, 38 years old, arrested, faces several charges, including burglary of a structure, criminal mischief, resisting an officer without violence, grand theft, and possession of burglary tools with intent to use. 38-year-old's arrest comes after officers responded just after 5:15 a.m. after someone reported seeing a person later identified as Hidalgo using a forklift to transport an ATM.
I've learned a lot from trash. One thing I've learned is if you're a criminal, it's important to stay as incognito as possible. Driving a forklift down a main road with an ATM on it is not very incognito.
At 5:15 a.m.
Yeah, 5:15 a.m. Yeah. It's kind of a bad time.
And at first, I liked the way he was. What's up, bro?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm trying to drop this off somewhere. Drop what off? This right here. And then as he's starting to point out, he takes off running.
Yeah.
Hey, can you pull that back up? What the city of Tallahassee says?
I can't scroll back, but it said this season is all about giving a free ride to jail.
Yeah, if you commit a crime.
Hey, he takes off running. Right here, watch this. As he takes off running, he's
Hey,
lucky.
what's up, bro?
Lucky he didn't get a heater in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Drop what?
Drop what? I
Oh,
just want to drop this off right
To
here.
be fair, he's not dropping
gone.
anything.
Yeah,
It's a
gone.
forklift.
Yeah,
Gone.
at that point.
Yeah,
When
I
he
think you
says
shoot him in the
police-
back, we probably have a problem.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
For overstealing an
right here, you
ATM.
say police stop. I mean, at that point, you got to stop, dude.
Well, he stopped. There he is on the ground.
So we go from that to this. Canadian man has been arrested after stealing a public transit bus, continuing the driver's route as if nothing was wrong, even refusing to let someone board with an expired pass.
You never watched Seinfeld, but it's one of Kramer's great moments. Somebody had stolen.
Did he drive a bus?
Yeah, somebody had stolen the bus. He overtakes them and fights them away and takes control of the bus. And he talks about throwing them out at the next stop. And Jerry says, "You kept making the stops?" And he goes, "They kept ringing the bell." It's a great line.
So Hamilton police
Yeah.
say the unusual incident unfolded November 11th around 9 p.m. when a man allegedly climbed into the unattended HSR bus while the real driver was on break. Instead of taking off, the suspect began driving the bus around Hamilton Mountain, making routine stops with riders still on board. According to police, 36-year-old man who has no fixed address allowed passengers to board and exit freely, even enforced fair rules.
Is that how we describe homeless people now? He has no fixed address?
Yes, no fixed address, unhoused.
Yeah, well, I've heard
Because
unhoused.
That solves the issue.
Well, I had never heard no fixed address. That is a new one for me.
I think a good rain cleans a lot of things up, but I'll tell you, the homeless population in Southern California
It's
did
bad.
not like
It's
last
bad.
weekend.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it
it's
was
like when it gets cold around here.
It was
yeah.
a mess.
Oof.
and they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
That's all I got.
That is brought to you by our friends at Hemphill. Speaking of messes, if you've got one on your lot, whether it is plumbing, heating or cooling, or maybe even lighting, our friends at Hemphill can help you.
Yeah, 205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there awaiting your call. If you have any plumbing, heating, cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Call them today. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
People are saying the poly markets are a better reference on huge favorites.
That's what Fuhrman said, yeah.
And Fuhrman referenced that Kiffin is a massive favorite to be LSU's next head coach. And then it's Elijah Drinkwitz, and then John Sumrall.
Elijah Drinkwitz.
So Kiffin at 57 Cs, Drinkwitz at 14 Cs, and Sumrall at 7 Cs.
Okay, well, where's Florida's?
None is an option. I do not have a – this is just a bread man.
Because I've just seen him. He's a massive favorite to be Florida's next head coach.
This is just bread man sending me the polys.
Probably also Ole Miss's.
Well, I mean,
Breadman, if you're still listening, send me the Florida polys.
I'll see if I can get it real quick. Dunaway. I mean, Dunaway, you would have a proper headline based on these poly markets if he's the favorite to win all these.
Yep,
I bet he is.
David Randa keeping the job at Baylor. Kiffin and Keith Carter, the AD at Ole Miss, meeting today, and then we got some elimination games. Of these four, tell me in order 1 to 4. Most likely being 1 to be eliminated from the playoff race this weekend. Least likely to be eliminated from the playoff race. They're all fringe teams. They need help to get in. But Vandy, Miami, Michigan, and Utah, most likely to get eliminated to the least likely to get eliminated this weekend. Miami, Vandy, Michigan, Utah.
I will say...
Most likely is
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, yeah.
Oh, to Kentucky, okay.
Yep. Yeah. And then Michigan.
Michigan, who tricky game with Maryland on the road. Malik Washington, 8-2.
And then Miami at Tech, and then Utah at home against Kansas State. Utah is playing lights out right now.
They're a massive favorite over Kansas State.
Yeah, that number's gotten so big. Like, I was going to ride Utah. I can't lay 17.5, I don't think, though.
Elusive Avery Johnson and that run defense, 5-5. Who would have thought in week 0 that Kansas State, remember we said that game with Iowa State would have Big 12 and possible playoff implications?
Both are dead and buried. When's the last time we talked about Rocco Beck or Iowa State?
I know.
Yep. 5-5, Kansas State playing at Utah. We'll see what happens in that game there. Biggest impact game this weekend. The outcome that impacts the playoffs the most is?
Oregon USC.
Yeah, it is Oregon USC.
Especially in which way? Y'all saying Oregon wins
Well,
it?
I mean, I think either winner really, because USC becomes a legitimate playoff contender as a 2-loss team that has beaten Oregon now, but their problem is space, right? Where do they go? They go above Oregon, so everybody bumps up one. Good news for Alabama if that's the case.
But
I don't think USC jumps.
Yeah, but I think USC beating Oregon complicates things because I think there still is a thought. Now, I believe the committee will bottom out Oregon, just like they did Alabama and Texas.
I think Oregon's out. Your problem becomes Notre Dame. USC, assuming they pay attention to head-to-head, last time I checked, Notre Dame won that game, right?
Yep.
So if USC wins, they're a 2-loss team. Don't they have to be in any other world behind Notre Dame?
Yeah.
But then Alabama's also behind Notre Dame. So you jump them over Alabama. I mean, it's
Missouri, Oklahoma. If Missouri beats Oklahoma, it hurts Alabama's. That's who Alabama lost to, but it frees up some SEC movement.
It cleans out.
Yeah. So that's a big impact game too. That's our show. Don't forget, you can catch us with the Alabama News Center on their socials. We give you a little college football every week there. Don't forget, you can get Bama and Bourbon, always good. Even if you don't catch it when it first is released earlier in the week, you can get that out right now. Go back and check out Monday Morning Live. Luke's and I talk about a lot of college football, still important before the kicks tomorrow. And don't forget, nextroundlive.com. Brooks has the pick 3 from Buffalo Wild Wings up and ready to go right now. You can play it all the way until 11 o'clock tomorrow. Pick 3 winners and get into the big drawing at the end of the year. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.